in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live! Hello all, welcome back to the Invictus stream! My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the fantastic Miss Joe Fallak. Ooh, mysterious. Ooh. And the wonderful sleepy Mr. Justin Thomas James. And we are here with chapters of the Undefeated episode 4! Alex is going to be joining us in just a little bit, but don't you worry, we're not stopping the action. We're barreling forward and going ahead on doing some crazy stuff. If you have not watched the other 3 chapters of this fantastic series so far, then you're crazy to start at chapter 4. Who does that? Who goes to chapter 4? This is not episodic. You need to watch the shit in order. If that's what that means, go back to the beginning, because it's a fantastic story that has been crafted expertly by our Joe here. Huge round of applause to her. An expert in D&D. It is something that we've had so much fun doing so far, so make sure you go back and watch. If this is your first time watching the Invictus stream, hello. Like I said, go back. But make sure that you subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. We don't monetize these videos. We don't ask for money unless we're doing a charity. We just sit here and entertain you as much as we possibly can every Wednesday night forever. So you can thank us by subscribing to us on YouTube and liking this video and all the other videos that have ever existed in existence on our channel. And there should be 6 billion last time I checked, right, Justin? Six,
give or take
6.5.
1 or 2.
Give or take 1 or 2 mil. So go ahead and like every single video because it makes us feel really happy. And it also makes Joe want to...
get drunk.
Yeah, and you want to see Joe drunk because if you haven't, go back and watch the Christmas episode because pretty much everybody was in that one. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to us on YouTube, but most importantly, go to our Facebook group. It's on Facebook. Facebook is this really neat, kind of weird new platform. We have a page and a group on Facebook, but the group is where all the cool stuff happens. You go, you look for the Invictus stream, and you join that group, and we'll approve you, and we'll even welcome you. I think we've welcomed every single member of that group, except
Heartily.
for us. Well, we didn't do ourselves. Man, we gotta.
Yeah, but we wish us happy birthdays, which we do that too.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
don't join it for us. Join it for all the other people that are in the group who are absolutely amazing, wonderful people, every single last one of them. It's such a supportive,
Hilarious,
love-filled,
beautiful,
hilarious community.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very love-filled.
Love
So
everyone.
much love for everybody in that community. In fact, Rin just drew a picture of me tonight, which was adorable. She sent to me just before. Me as character in tonight's game. This is the very handsome Graham Hereward. More handsome than I am. Unfortunately,
he's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man. Yes, he's got more gray in his beard, more pepper in his beard. I pale in comparison. So thank you, Rin. The community is filled up with people like that, who are friendly and communicative, and when you join the group, you also have a chance to win the most valuable post. The most valuable post is the post of the week that we ascend out of the... No, I'm going to make it sound bad. It's something that we honor, and we do sort of a shout-out to somebody during the week who made us laugh, made us smile, or maybe just contributed something to the stream's community in a way that made us say, hey, that dude's cool. And this week, I would like to award, I should say, to someone who has probably won it in the past. They've been a fan and a friend for a long, long time. Without further ado, Mr. Łukasz Sakoras, which you might know as Lucas, but I know it's Łukasz because I've been fucking told enough times. Here is somebody, Łukasz has been around for a long time. He's been a long-time fan and supporter of ours through and through. He actually works for Titan Forge Games, and he sent us a bunch of minis as well as 2 or 3 board games to play and just have. So he's a fantastic person through and through. But he has taken our Call of Cthulhu game that we ran back in 2015. I've sent him the files. He translated all of them to Polish. He printed out all of the handouts and assigned all of his friends' characters, and he started running our campaign from the beginning of what we did, sort of in a way to play that game with different people and how they are going to experience it, and also a way to sort of, I guess, celebrate what we created back in 2015. So awesome job, Wukish, because that's something that's like the biggest fucking compliment, in my opinion, for what we do here, for something that we just did sort of frivolously and had a little bit of fun with, and for you to then experience that not just by watching but also with your friends. So thank you, first off, for doing that. That's so cool, and congrats.
I want to hear how it goes.
I was just about to say, I really want to know how it goes. I want to know like the differences, because there's some really interesting decisions that the guys made during that campaign that sort of shaped the way it went, and I'm really curious about how that changes. So well done, Lukish, and thank you so much for having an interest in us in general. Very, very cool stuff. Also, it's 18 plus. I forgot to say that because Alex isn't here. Alex is coming.
Sorry, that's an important thing to note. Maybe this session above all. Because we're going to get into some shit, maybe.
Combat?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But maybe it'll just be like you'll find a brothel and spend a lot of time in there. Who knows?
Whoa! So this is really 18 plus.
That's what I'm saying.
I think 18 plus is a Canadian thing, isn't it? In the States, don't they just say like R?
R-rated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know how they actually.
In the Caribbean too.
R.
I just want to point out. Alex just updated his
oh my god,
profile picture.
It's horrific.
Oh, fucking awesome.
Can you guys see this?
All the best parts of each of us.
It is.
It's my eye, Chris's eye, your head, Justin, Joe, your nose, and David's chin, and it's horrific. It's a monster.
Which part's mine?
What?
It's hard to tell which part mine is.
It's your giant cranium.
It's your ear, buddy.
I think those are Alex's ears.
Did you see his cover photo? It's even funnier.
What is his cover?
You gotta see his cover photo.
Okay.
What a fucking weirdo.
So he's not with us right now, but he is definitely with us in spirit.
He
will be with us later.
Google go.
Look at this. Joe. Funnily enough, he fits on every one of us.
I know. He almost seems more natural in a few of them than he does in which one is actually him. Like me, especially when he's looking down like that. It feels pretty normal. Mind you, we are brothers, so our body type is the same. Don't tell anybody differently. If you are a fan of us and you enjoy what we do here, I'm going to ask you a favor. Take a second this weekend, tonight, the rest of the week, whatever, and tell somebody that you like about us, especially if they're into the RPG sort of scene. We try to put on an entertaining show and have a little bit of fun while we do it, but we don't advertise, as I said at the beginning. We don't do things like that because we don't want to bog it down with bullshit. We offer enough bullshit in the actual show to have to make you watch all this shit on top of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what we ask is that you share it, you tweet it if you want to tweet. You go to Facebook and you say, hey, check out these guys. And what are other ways that you share?
Pamphlets from the air.
2 pamphlets.
Just like...
Go to your church. Go to your local church.
Rent a hot air balloon and spray paint the side of it and then just travel across country.
Yeah.
Invictus.
And the most creative way of spreading the word of Invictus will win...
XP.
1 XP.
Totally.
Just one?
No, actually, that's actually a pretty fun thing. Take a picture of yourself spreading the word Invictus in the, not just the Invictus, but the Invictus stream, because people are going to be like, yeah, that's a good poem. The Invictus stream in the weirdest way and the most, doesn't have to be the most effective, just the weirdest way, like a bottle of water with like the label Invictus on it or something like that. Take a picture of it and then throw it in the ocean. And if you can find the most creative way, we'll shout out on stream, you'll win XP, and I don't know, what's an actual fun, cool prize? You'll get my everlasting... You can get a picture of me naked.
We'll think of a prize.
Yeah, we'll think of something. Maybe a naked picture. Maybe we'll do that for you.
It'll be more than XP.
Yeah, it'll be more than XP. We'll think of a good prize. So do that. And make it fun, too, because I'm interested in what kind of crazy ways. I know Bob and Aisha Lyle, spray painted the Invictus logo on something. It was an abandoned building, I'm pretty sure. It was like just sort of a half wall.
Badass.
It was so badass.
Can we say, like, I know that everyone who is part of the community is always on Facebook, and that's where we kind of congregate. But I feel like it would be better if maybe we were like put it on Twitter or something where other people would see it and be like, "What is that?
Totally.
Why are you vandalizing that?" Where?
Yeah,
Like,
put it in a few ways. I mean, put it in any way that you can.
put it on the things.
Sure, Twitter. I mean, I don't really know how Twitter works.
Either.
No one uses it.
I don't have a Twitter.
Basically, you just all of your followers will get to see it.
Instagram
Insta.
We are at Invictus Stream, I think. Maybe at the Invictus Stream. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find out. And I want you to post it to Instagram and tag us. We are the Invictus Stream, all one word, on Instagram.
We hashtag the Invictus Stream.
Hashtag Invictus Stream. Yeah. However you want to do it.
Then we'll find it.
We'll totally do it. And Instagram's such an easier thing because it's like literally 4 pictures. So do that. And frankly, I want to use the Instagram more, and it will give us a good reason to. So make sure you follow us on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. And then we can start using it. Awesome. Look at that. That's how contests happen. And we'll think of a really good prize. Maybe...
We said nudes, right?
Nudes from me. Let's not go only from me. Yes. If you'd like that. If not, then the punishment will be, if you don't do it, I'll send nudes.
Everyone who doesn't do it gets a naked picture.
Just a naked picture of me. That's a punishment, all right. People will be like, oh my god, I need to take a picture. Oh my god. Why? Because... anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking through that intro. Tonight is Chapters of the Undefeated, Episode 4. And I am excited to get back to this. What about you guys? Round of applause.
Yeah!
Bring it. Aw, fucking badass.
Oh, look at that.
That's what Quintus looks like.
I already showed a picture of what Graham looks like because Rin did it for me. Thank you.
I basically stole the image off online and then I photoshopped it with a spear and a shield.
That's
I
all.
haven't done shit for Leah because I'm busy making the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's not an excuse.
Okay.
Not.
It's true though. You're the one who's doing all the community stuff, so fair enough.
No.
It's true. And Justin, do you want to just give a quick plug on the community stuff?
Hey, good
because that's
idea.
a really important thing.
Yes. Okay. So, anybody who is a member of the Undefeated, you're awesome. You can sign up. I'll post another link at the end of the episode. But you can sign up to have your own character, a member of the Undefeated, which is a faction that is trying to bring together the realm that has been fractured politically and emotionally. So I'll post that at the end of the game. But yeah, everybody who's signed up, everybody who's been taking part in the weekly missions, absolutely fantastic. You guys are writing like sometimes between 500 and 1,000 words of like really, really good stuff. And I do want to say, when you write something about your character, if you take part in a mission, even if it's just like a little 50-word blurb about like what your character is doing. Like this week it was you're on the road to Hex to investigate missing people. People were, saying some really, really detailed quests, and that's fantastic. Even if you're just saying like, yeah, I arrived and there weren't any problems. That's fine. You can do that too, and we will love you for it. But what I want to ask is that you save, you copy and paste everything that you write, you keep it in your own document on your computer, and you just say, stories of the Undefeated, and you just keep it all there. Because over time, it's going to be very, very difficult to go back and see what you've written, from the entire beginning of the campaign. And I think it'd be really cool if you kept it in one place. So that's all from me about Chapters of the Undefeated. You guys are all doing awesome, and thank you very much.
It is something really, really unique that we're crafting here with this sort of community stuff. So take advantage of it if you want. It's something that, honestly, we've only done once before with Star Wars, and this is sort of that on crack in a good way. Healthy crack. It's
Crack is good for you.
Well, the crack I do must be. But seriously, it's sort of that in a more intense, more inclusive way. So seriously, think about creating a character, because some of you guys have just knocked it out of the fucking park. A lot of fun. All right. Without further ado, make sure you've joined the Discord, because I'm going to need a lot of advice tonight as we try to do what we tried to do, killing the fiend. You ready for this, Justin? He's forgotten what we're doing. That's okay.
What's the fiend?
The fiend is...
I am ready.
Oh my god.
Even though I don't know what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, chapters of the Undefeated, episode 4.
Previously, all is not well in the small town of Zoanth. Our heroes spent the better part of a day and a half trying to get to the bottom of it all. They met a dragonborn blacksmith named Merle, who wants to get away from town and make his way to a big city, and seemed to be interested in the goals of the Undefeated. They spoke to an herbalist named Shoke, a halfling who knew quite a lot about gossip about the captain of the guard's deceased wife, Beatrice. They heard about the horse theft and troubles outside the town from Ryan, the stable hand, and tricked banker Serene Crawley into thinking they were wealthy would-be investors in the small town's real estate futures and staying at the Bloom at the Barrel. Finally, they encountered the captain, Rowan Estall himself, who invited them to his manor but was rebuffed. Instead, he treated them to a somewhat tense dinner at the inn's tap house, sizing up the heroes and then leaving, after Graham called him by his true name, Fiend. The party returned to Marguerite's farmhouse and insisted she camp the night with them on the outskirts of her fields, in the rain.
Did we notice anything in the night? Quintus. I wake up and tap Quintus on the shoulder, who's taken the last watch before morning.
Hey.
Did you see anything coming to the house?
Can I roll a wee perception?
Sure, yeah.
Did you fall asleep, you fuck?
I didn't fall asleep. I was perceptive the whole time. I'm a half elf. I do not need to sleep. I need to sleep?
I dunna.
Dinner.
Dinner's right.
Dinner.
All right, let's see. My perception isn't the best. I got an 11.
Yeah, you didn't see anything apart from the fact that the rain has seemed to stop.
The rain stopped.
Yes, I can see that.
Well, you asked me if I saw anything, and I saw that the rain stopped.
And I crouch down next to him and I point towards the farmhouse and I say, I'm more man, did anyone visit Marguerite's place while we were sleeping?
I couldn't see nothing. It was too dark, especially with the rain.
Well, then the fiend is cleverer than we thought. I thought perhaps he would try to attack us in the night. What do you...
And Marguerite, who's covered in a bedroll, kind of rolls over. Good morning.
Good morning. It's still early yet. You continue sleeping.
Oh, all right.
Go back.
You dummy. Well, I more meant like I didn't mean to wake her, because I wanted to wake with the dawn's early light, and the rocket's red glare. And I turned to Quintus and Leah. Has she woken yet?
Yeah, Leah's awake. She's brushing her hair.
And Tados is still sleeping like a jerk. This Tados tends to be the last to rise. I think this fiend is clever. I half suspected in the middle of the night he would try to attack us. I have no doubts they may know where we are staying. Do you think maybe the guard is working for him? Meaning, would they follow his lead blindly?
Well, I fear because he's captain of the guard, they probably would.
Aye, I'd have to agree with that. Even if they thought that it maybe wasn't the most ethical thing, they're not ones to question.
Well, we can't sit idly by anymore. I want to roll knowledge or religion to see if my god, Alistair, has any sort of words about abolishing demons or fiends, or if there's any sort of, stance in my religion towards something that we're encountering.
You would just know that because you are a holy man.
Of course.
So what does your god say about fiends?
Right. Well, I meant more like if I could remember
game knowledge.
Yeah, more like creature knowledge about fiends and these demons in general. Maybe things I've studied before.
We did a bunch of that in a previous episode. Essentially, Alex, as Tados,
but he's not here
discerned
right now.
that there was likely to be some resistance against non-magical weapons.
Right. Tados, while he's still sleeping, did make it important. He did mention the magical weapon. Interest. I think maybe perhaps sneaking into the guard's house, or maybe using the sprites to look for magical weapons for us would be of importance. What do you think, Quintus?
Well, we already spoke with the Dragonborn. Ren, right? What was his name?
Merle?
Merle. And he didn't have any magic weapons, right?
He didn't.
But he'd be the safer option if he did.
But he seemed to think that the guards might have something.
Aye, they would, but do we really want to risk aggravating the entire guard if we get caught? Or the sprites? I mean, they've offered to help us. If we're able just to... If we send them in there, we risk losing some of them. And then if we have to fight the fiend, then we'll be weaker.
I'm more thinking if we have to fight this fiend, and he's relatively powerful, as we know, and I sort of sit back a bit, sort of realizing the situation, and I turn to Leah and Quintus, and I say, this fiend sat in a bar across from us, the four of us, knowing that we wanted to kill him. And not only did he not try to find out where we were staying, or find out our purpose, or find out how strong we were, rather than any of that, he faced us and admitted what he was. This
Why
creature,
do you think he was doing that?
I think this creature has no fear of us. I think he's...
Does he not have fear of his reputation, though?
I don't know. Ultimately, he obviously is powerful enough to not fear four people, four fighters.
We don't know why he's here, what he's doing in the town. Maybe he's not worried that we're going to interrupt his plan, whatever it is.
What do you suggest? Do we try to speak to him? Do we try to find out what his plan is?
Can you imagine that it's anything good?
If he was bold enough to admit what he was to our faces, maybe he is willing to admit to whatever his plans are.
I wish that there was some kind of device that when he said that he was a fiend yesterday, we could have somehow captured or recorded what he was saying in the real time.
You're speaking, and I don't understand what you're speaking of. This is nonsense to me.
Try to follow along.
No, I believe in magic and gods. None of this nonsense.
You mean like a yak back, or
What is a yak back? God.
A yak back.
No, listen, I believe in the things I can see. pixies, werewolves, none of this nonsense.
Invisible. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we could, well, do we figure that Serene is in league with him?
I don't think so, no. I think she is innocent. Or not innocent, but rather, she's not aware that he's a fiend. If we got public opinion against him, if we presented what we know of him in public, forced him to turn his fiendish ways public, perhaps it would be a better go of it. The alternative is to bring him alone into these woods, but now that he knows we're a fiend, I highly doubt he would follow us.
But
Or come alone.
Is he doing anything bad?
He seemed genuinely upset about his wife's passing. And Graham stands up and thinks on that, and he walks over to sort of the edge of the woods, to the field, now that the rain has subsided, and it's a great day outside, and he sort of leans against a tree and turns back. I studied the man's face when I mentioned his wife, and he seemed regretful. He seemed lost, in a way, pained. But no, everything I know of fiends, these creatures, they're demonic, they're evil. How could something so evil care?
Well, we could go and ask him. I doubt it would put us any worse off than we already are.
Perhaps that's not a crazy idea. He knows that we know he's a fiend. At this point, what could speaking with him hurt? At the very least, we know where he stands. If he means to kill us and strike us down, then so be it. But that wouldn't change. That might not be a bad idea.
It would also give us an opportunity to get into the guard tower.
Well, I wouldn't do it necessarily in a guard tower, because if he does just intend on killing us, he simply would just need to call them. I was thinking somewhere a bit more quiet.
Marguerite House.
We could also do it while Tados is still sleeping.
That's true.
What does Leah think?
Leah is kind of wandering behind the two of you as you're walking and talking. She's like kicking rain off of seed heads of young plants, and she's kind of thinking to herself, we never did look in his house.
Seemed like he wanted us to be in his house.
Right, but he wanted us to be there when he invited us there. What if we could just... I don't want to kill someone, something, a fiend or not, if it's not doing anything wrong.
It's a creature.
So? I'm a creature. You're a creature?
It's an evil creature, Leah. These fiends. I mean, just listen to the name, Fiend. It's so evil.
Wouldn't it evil? It'd be something else. Like a friend. They'd put an heart in it.
He's protecting the town. He's the captain of the guard, and the guards are doing fine. They're keeping monsters out, right? It's fine.
Well,
we don't know that.
Well,
for all we know,
that's what I'm saying. We need to know what the fiend is doing.
Where did the body from the horse thief end up? Did we find that out?
In the graveyard, I believe.
The one that we saw get killed?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe if we can decipher what this man was, if he was some sort of evil that he was trying to purge, perhaps that could help paint it. Or maybe we just speak to him.
We were told by Shok that there was a graveyard just to the north of town where she presumed Bernice was buried along with the child.
And Graham starts walking towards out into the sort of the dewy meadow.
Are you kind of circling around the town?
Yeah, and I'm gonna just start heading towards it now.
And we're just gonna leave Tados behind to catch his
I'll just say, I'll tell Lady Bluebell. I'll say, hey, is she with us now? Are we with our pixies?
We have a coded whistle, I believe, canonically.
We all did a whistle. That was different. Mine was
Lady Bluebell.
She zooms over to you. Quintus, hello. It's a beautiful
How you
morning.
doing? It is a beautiful morning. Even more beautiful now I see you.
Any further news about the dreadful farmers?
We're still figuring it out. But I have a favour to ask of you.
Yeah?
A friend Tados here is a little sleepy. So me and Graham are going to venture off on our own. Well, and Leah. And I don't know what Marguerite's going to do. She might be sleepy too. But would you just, when he wakes up, would you just be able to come to us, find us afterward, lead him to us? Does that make sense?
No
All right.
problem.
Thank you, Lady Bluebell.
Goodbye. Zoom.
Where are you Where's she going?
Zooms very fast, very far away.
Well, all right. Well, I guess she'll come back when she needs to guide him.
And Graham is walking with a purpose, almost like ahead of Leah and Quintus. More so than he has in the past. He's sort of just fixed on the tree line.
Whoa, Graham. What do you think we're gonna find there? You're heading off on a mission.
I don't know. Ultimately, we've spent too much time wasting, and ultimately, the fiend knows who we are now. It makes no difference what we do from this time. The time for playing coy is past. I'm going to dig up the grave of the man that was buried there, and I'm going to dig up his wife. And if it doesn't tell us anything, then I'm going to speak to the fiend, eye to eye. Find out exactly why he's here and what he means to do. And if that ends in a battle, then we will kill him.
Wow, okay. Let's do it.
Digging up graves. Wasn't expecting to be doing that today.
So we hustled through the wet farmland, through the mud and the muck.
And like there's a mist clinging to the ground a little bit, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
the sun
after-
is still not burnt off the mist from the land. It's barely even daylight.
Fuck yeah.
Whoa. Pretty into mist, hey?
Yeah.
So we end up on the edge of this graveyard, and it's a pretty small affair, and it's lined with these old, half-rotten wooden logs, kind of roughly nailed together as a fence. And there are a number of stone markers to denote where people have been buried, but there are a lot of graves that aren't even bearing the decomposed vegetation that would have been there over a year, essentially meaning that a lot of these graves are fairly fresh.
Well, I look at the graves that are over 2 years old, or at least 2 years old, because that's where I want to find the woman first. And I turn to Quintus and Lee and I say, see if you can find the horse thief. I'm going to find his wife. And I begin walking deeper into the graveyard.
And Leah turns to Quintus and she's like, I don't think we got like a name for the horse thief.
Nah,
but maybe, I guess just like the freshest grave.
I suppose so. And is there a hut? Like a gravekeeper's hut?
No, there isn't.
No? Oh, okay. Well, that would have been nice.
My name's Dave. I'm the gravekeeper. What do you need?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
these bodies.
There's no no edifice nearby. This is kind of tucked off into a section of forest that has been uncut by the farmers. Seems like they're kind of giving this place almost a respectful birth.
All right.
Sorry.
Respect it with our shovels.
I was just about to say, in like an adventurer's pack, there'd be a shovel, right?
Good question.
Or there's a small, tiny hut with implements in it nearby.
I do not have a shovel in my explorer's pack. You should have written down everything in your adventurer's pack, but I can look it up momentarily.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll have stuck the shovel in the grave after burying.
I'm just thinking there's got to be like like even if there's not a thing, you know, there's got to be a little hut with like shit in it. Because what are they going to do? Bring shovels every time? Especially with the rate that people are dying?
Maybe.
I feel like they'd just be like, well, let's just keep a few shovels here, Todd. And then Todd would be like, well, you know what, Graham? Oh, damn it, that's my name.
You are Graham.
Never mind. I was trying to think of another one.
Granny?
Jim? You know what, Jim? Maybe I want to bring my own shovel. Well, you know what, Todd? We should just leave it here.
Yeah, I don't have a shovel. Do you have a shovel?
No.
I didn't have a shovel. But I'll figure it. Let's just look around anyway. We'll see what we find. Maybe they didn't even bury him. Maybe they just threw him on top. Todd wants to do it.
Yeah, and
tomorrow.
I'll try to find Bernadette.
Bernice
Bernice.
Estelle, after a couple of minutes of looking around, you do see a stone marker for her.
And I study the marker. Is there anything of significance on it?
There's a carving of a flower.
What type of flower?
Roll nature check.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is cracking the
Oh my
case
God.
wide open. 9 plus nothing. 9.
And I got an 8 on my investigation roll.
It is a 5-petaled flower.
That's my favorite kind.
Petals get broader as they leave the center and then quickly end. And it looks like it's on some kind of a vine. And with your shoddy investigation roll, Quintus, you locate a couple of graves that seem to have been dug in the last 2 weeks, probably. But with the rain, it's hard to tell which one is the freshest.
It could be any of these. Graham, any luck over there?
Yes, I found her grave. And I look around to see if there are any shovels leaning against a tree or in a small hut.
Are there? There's no hut, but you tell me about where you find a shovel.
Yeah, there's one like sitting against a tree. And I grab it.
Maybe Quintus actually sees it because it's over near where all those fresh ones are.
Hey, Graham,
Yes.
look over there. Well, right behind me, actually, there's a shovel. Here, I'll grab it. I'm closer.
And I wave them over and I say, beneath here lies the guard captain's wife. Ultimately, we could be desecrating a grave for no greater purpose, but at the very least, it might reveal if she was a creature too. Oh, would detect good and evil work on a dead person?
I don't think that corpses, unless they are undead, have alignment. I think they're just matter at that point.
That would be my thinking. But then again, as a man of God, I would feel differently. All right.
Alms.
Yeah, I mean, unless it was a skeleton that was ready to jump out at us and fight us, then, I mean, ostensibly we'd be able to detect that intent. But if it's not a living thing or an unliving thing, then I don't think that, like, a rock isn't good or evil.
And I
Does
take
the grave look like it's been visited recently?
No.
No. All right.
No evidence of tokens or flower arrangements.
I take the shovel from Quintus, and I turn to Leah, and I turn to him, and I say, she's at peace now. Let us make this quick. And I drive the shovel into the ground. And as I begin digging, I do ask Quintus, no, Leah, and I kind of say, by the way, do you recognize that flower on her stone there?
Let me see here. I'm gonna roll a d20. No.
But you do
Maybe.
know. I know you know, because you're the one who told me.
Rose. I rolled a. Let me see. I got a 5. So.
Okay.
Not great.
That's fine. We're not flower people, apparently.
I don't really care about flowers, so. I mean, it's not the location where I grew up. I know a lot of beach flowers, but not very many.
That's all right. And I
Spooky
continue.
graveyard flowers.
I continue digging, and when I get tired, I trade off with Quintus if he's up to it.
Yeah, why don't both of you make an athletics check for me?
Huzzah! Oh, I'm not very athletic.
Yeah.
Big surprise there, which is
A bad roll.
yeah, like a 3.
I think Tim Tabor rigged this for me. 'Cause I ain't rolling well at all. I got a 10.
Okay.
I
and
got
what
a
did you
3.
get? Wow. Okay, so it takes a good 2 hours of digging before we make it. You know, we get about 6 feet in, 2 hours. The two of you trading off. Leah is practicing her prestidigitation.
Oh no, I trade off to her too. It's like
Okay, well then I'm gonna roll a.
Oh yeah, I just meant Quintus
Athletics
would
check.
go next.
Oh,
Ta!
well, fuck you guys.
I would.
Natural 20?
What?
Yeah,
What kind of
Nice.
party mentality is that?
fuck you guys. I'm the best digger.
That's why I handed it to her third. I wanted her to finish it up.
Leah's like, see, you have to apply the principle of leverage when you are shoveling.
Shut up and just dig.
Just fucking
Okay.
do it.
Maybe an hour and 15 minutes in, we get 6 feet down, and it becomes kind of apparent that there's nothing in this hole.
That's interesting. Nobody's buried in this grave.
That's so weird.
It leads to my suspicion.
Leah's like, she's like a 3 foot tall woman in a 6 foot tall.
And we start filling in the grave again.
She's like heaving spadefuls of this wet earth out of the hole. Like, you can't even see her. And she's like, I don't think there's anything in here.
Keep digging.
And then we go over to the other grave and then start digging.
Like, oh.
Well, you're the one that said
Alright.
fuck us.
I should have taken Featherfall.
This is an interesting thing. This means, and I'm going with my -1 intelligence here. This means that she's not where everybody thinks she is.
And I also sadly have -1 intelligence. So I say, you're right. Even though I know that's not right. No, and I think on the way back to the horse thief grave, I do ponder, and I say, and we help Leah up obviously, and sort of kick the dirt back in. I mean, right now,
You
who
can
cares?
roll insight if you guys want to try to put it together.
I feel like I kind of know. I think there's a possibility that one of two things I think might be happening here before my insight roll, which I will do to be totally wrong. Probably this will be wrong, but I'm thinking either that she has a stronger part in this, meaning that she never died and she has something to do with this fiendish appetite, and maybe the two of them are whatever, or all these graves are empty and they're using the bodies for some nefarious means back at his homestead, building an army of the undead, something like that. Okay, now let's do a terrible. Oh, natural 1. So no idea.
cool.
Wow.
Probably one of those two things.
Yeah, must be. Oh, great. That means it's neither of those. Well, we'll find out.
Let's just make Leah do all the rolling today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Leah has a pretty high intelligence roll, so let me just see how good I do. Well, yeah, that's not great.
Screwed the pooch there, Leah.
Well,
I think it really has something to do with that flower.
In the meantime, let's dig up the horse dude and see if he's there, then it changes.
4 graves that look very fresh.
Sure. Doesn't matter which.
Are we going to spend an hour and 15 minutes each grave to try to...
Just one. I just want to dig one up.
Okay.
And this time with a new vigor, I roll up. Holy fuck. I'm running so bad. Let me just get a bunch of rolls out of the way.
Is that how it works? Statistics?
This is how I do it.
Probability.
Oh, hey, just wasted a bunch of good ones.
I rolled a 12. You can't just roll until you get a good.
Nee, he was.
That's not what I was doing. I was.
All right.
Okay,
I
so
got
you're gonna roll.
For my athletics for
Harlan,
this.
do you want to roll now?
I already did. It was a 5. It was terrible. My joke was that I just wanted to roll all the bad rolls out, not counting them. Just like it's like if you rolled your dice much time.
Which is how probability works.
It's not. It was a joke. I know. I was saying it's a bad roll.
Wait, I got an 18.
Thankfully, Quintus manages.
Good.
I pull out my socks and I dig a hole.
So, but another hour and 15 minutes goes by, and we encounter the remains of a decomposing woman.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
actually, I should have rolled a d4 to see which one we get. Let me just roll that properly. Woman.
Great.
Right.
Well, she ain't the horse, Steve, but this debunks maybe your theory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this. I'm covered in dirt.
Yeah.
I think we just got to go to that house.
I agree.
There are too many holes. We don't know damn shit about this.
Let's
fiend.
do it.
It's misty.
Yep.
Maybe we could.
Perfect day to die.
I agree.
No, and it's true. And Graham is sort of standing over Quintus, who's in the grave, and he's holding his pendant of Alistair, and he's sort of thinking, and he nods, and he looks towards Lee and Quintus and says, "Yes, I think it's time to speak with this creature one-on-one, or at least look at his home."
Yeah.
So, to paint a picture of the three of us, we are covered in soil and mud at this point. Actually, I believe I can clean or soil prestidigitation. Yep, I can instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. So I spend like 10 minutes, like, shoot, like clean one of your boots, clean the other boot, clean, blah, blah, blah.
Perfect.
And we end
Lavender.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Oh, very nice. Mrs. Clean.
And so eventually a little bit more time goes by and we are sparkling clean. We no longer reek of a graveyard. But we can hear the sounds of industry from the town. People have woken up. It's about 9 a.m. Farmers are tending their flocks. Soldiers are making their perimeters that are now becoming familiar to us through the town. We stand on kind of a hill to the north, overlooking the whole thing.
All right.
The house is also to the north, correct?
The
manor.
The manor of Captain Estal is to the, yeah, sure, it's to the, I don't remember, it's to the north of the main square. It's like the biggest house on the street, we're told.
Right.
Okay.
Well, is now a good time to do this? Should we wait for the patrol to go by and then... well, why don't we just walk down, see what happens?
So, we want to go into his house and try to find what we can, or should we just kill him?
Well, he's not going to be there. He's working right now, so he'll likely not be there.
I just think he knows that we know he's a fiend. He must be expecting.
We don't know if he's a bad fiend or a not.
What I'm
so
saying
bad
is he must be
Yeah,
expecting
what
us
if
to
he's
enter.
a good fiend?
I don't think that's a thing.
Well, I don't know either. But if we go to his house, we might also find something that might be his weakness. We might just have a pamphlet that says, "Do not read this." And then if we read it, we'll find out all his secrets about what he's weak.
All right.
Fire, believe it or not. Who knows?
All
Maybe
right.
not. Maybe something else. Maybe
Then
oatmeal.
so we're suggesting breaking into his house.
Maybe not breaking, sneaking, perhaps, but I don't know if we're much into sneaking.
Are you guys
Coercing?
stealthy?
No.
Hey.
Well, I know I sort of am.
I'm pretty stealthy.
I'm not. I can wait outside. I can say I'm from the guard. I can kind of deceive. I'm a little bit.
Sorry, my stealth isn't terrible. I think I have +2. So, all right.
So wait, okay, let me just get this straight. So the captain of the guard is probably a fiend. His wife died 2 years ago. Probably. Her body is not in the graveyard, but the healer said that she died during childbirth, but the healer also said that she wasn't allowed to see the birth because she wasn't welcome in the house. What do we think happened?
I know we said we heard that there was a beautiful woman who left town as well. That was her friend that assumed was possibly there for the birth.
Right. So maybe someone else knows what went on.
But we don't know how to find this beautiful woman. We know nothing about her. We spoke to the banker about her, did we not?
Yeah, the banker, oh, I forget what she told you guys. Did you ask? I don't think you asked the banker about her.
Because we said she was a wealthy, beautiful woman. So the banker might know her. Or might have her name.
Yeah, but I don't think you actually went and asked. I think you were kind of hedging on the fact that that would be kind of a weird question to ask someone. Like you couldn't figure out how to bring it up in casual conversation.
Well,
what do you guys want to do? Should we wait for Alex? Maybe go to mid-game post and then...
Tados? Well, he might not be here till 9:30.
Oh, really?
I guess, I mean, ultimately, I don't know enough about, like, fantasy to make any connections. I don't know anything about, like, any creatures. Like, I don't know. People are saying, like, succubus and things like this. Like, I don't know what any of that is. So, unfortunately, I can't, unless I'm just missing something blatantly obvious, I can't make any connections to...
Yes.
Like, I'm thinking about it from a human standpoint. And I guess Graham maybe would be too. You know what I mean? He would think about these two humans that want to give birth to a creature. Like, when it comes to the tax side of things, I can justify a lot of things. And when it comes to the mayor being in love with the fiend. But Meta and Graham, I guess, will have to be playing this without any understanding of the other side of it. So if there is something, I'm not going to get it.
No, I'm glad that you guys are ignorant of lore. Okay. And I think that you'll come... I mean, I'm just hoping that we'll have an opportunity to unravel this. I mean, maybe you'll just murder the thing or be murdered by the thing without figuring out what's actually going on.
Well, there's no library here or anything, right? Like, otherwise I would be trying to figure... Like, that's why I keep trying to roll... things to understand, because I can't figure out how in character I would understand this scenario. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
the fiend did seem pretty excited about just kind of like talking to you guys.
Well, that's why but see, I don't understand what a fiend is in like Graham. I guess Graham wouldn't either. No. So I don't know whether that's something that's silly to talk to a fiend and people would be like, oh my god, or if it's like something that's a very viable option. And if it seems like a viable option, then that would be my go-to, absolutely. Because if that's a viable option, then let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, the captain of the guard just, like, literally had dinner with you last night just to chat.
Yeah, but I guess he didn't say anything until the end. I thought maybe he was trying to kill us. Again, because fiend just to me just means, like, a monster.
Well, you would have to assume that
Graham's only seen evil. It's like detecting evil.
But this fiend has been living in this town for I don't know how long, and doing what? Like, people are dying, but it's under the auspices of law. It's clearly not just trying to like destroy everything. It's not. I don't know.
Well, see, I guess my concern, sorry, I'd say this in character too.
No,
I guess my concern is that this creature is powerful enough with the mayor's vote to essentially hang anyone on the gallows. My concern is that anyone who may be suspicious about his fiendness or otherwise is just who he's eliminating. So by confronting him in any way, shape, or form, it just puts us into arrest these men, hang them on the gallows.
Maybe the reason that the fiend is using the mayor and these lawful pretenses is because they're not strong enough to kill anyone they wanted.
Perhaps. I think ultimately Based on what Leah said, I think then talking to him would be a viable option. Let's just speak to him. He knows that we know he's a fiend, and let's do that. So we start walking towards his house. What time of day is it?
Leah's like pulls on your sleeve as you start striding down the hill. And she's like, well, we have to also consider the fact that he's captain of a guard. Maybe the best place to meet him is not in the middle of the town with all of the guards.
No, I think in his house or in a bar or something like that would make the most sense.
Okay. It's 9:30.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So, what do you think, Quintus? Where should we meet him?
Well, I mean, I highly doubt he's going to accept an invitation to meet us in the middle of the forest alone.
Or maybe he would.
Maybe he would.
I mean, now he knows that
ask.
we know he knows that we know that he's a fiend, and we know that he knows that we know that he knows we're a fiend. He's a fiend. So let's go. Maybe he's still at home. Let's go to his house and knock on his door.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Interesting. So I have no idea how you guys are going to approach this. So
I don't know either.
Right.
My experience of creatures is giants, and giants, they just seem to be fucking evil. Because like every time I tried to talk to them, it was like, bam! And obviously these are different than
That's
giants.
not true. You had a very cool conversation with a teenage giant.
Right. Well, he doesn't seem like a teenager.
What?
I said he doesn't seem like the teenager. Like he seems. No. But I guess he was talkative, so that's true.
Yeah. So just gonna look up some statistics. So we walk to the house of the manor of Captain Rowan Estal, and what do? We just knock on the door?
Yes.
Fiend, hello.
Hello. There's something wholly innocent about this, though, I gotta say. This reminds me very much of, like, how I probably would have played D&D when I was a kid, because I don't know any of this, which I kind of like, actually. It's very, like, reminds me of, like, Stranger Things, when they're like, the Demigorgon, because I don't even know what the fucking Demigorgon is. Like, I don't know any of that, so, like, I don't know. I don't even know what a fiend would look like. Like, I have no idea. Which is why I'm playing it very safe, but I know it doesn't make good television, which is why I'm pushing the tempo.
We're making great television.
I'm just explaining my theories. Otherwise, I'd spend 6 more weeks in this town.
Essentially, kind of a snooty-looking dwarf opens the door. He is outfitted in kind of servant's livery, and he looks the three of us up and down, and yes, hello.
Yes, we're looking.
Greetings, I say in Dwarven.
Oh, greetings, he says to you in Dwarven.
Does he change his demeanor? Does he smile?
Yeah, he does.
One of my own. Well, not actually one of my own. Sorry, Graham. We're here on. Yeah, Graham. Yeah.
No, please continue.
Well, we're. My name is. Well, we're here to speak to the captain. Is he home at the moment?
Oh no, he's out at the barracks, early in the morning. You expecting him?
No, actually, he's asked us to come by, and look around the estate.
And what's that for?
I kind of want to play a comedy bit and be like, well, tell him what that's for, Quintus. But I won't. I'll just say, well, he's asked us, as men of the clergy, of followers of Alistair, to bless his home in Alistair's fire. That sounds like we're going to burn it down, but I promise you that's not the case.
Are you sure you're not going to burn down the manor?
I'm 25, 30%. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, he did not tell me to expect visitors this morning, so...
It was after he revealed to us last night over a few drinks about the passing of his wife a few years back, he confessed in us that he has been searching for a reason, something to believe in, and after sharing a bit of our light with him, he asked us to come by while he was out today, purely to give the home a proper blessing.
Yes. Please roll deception for me.
I'm not sure what that means, roll deception, young dwarf friend.
He hands you a dice.
Yeah. Oh, this is unexpected.
You'll need this.
Deception. Right.
Deception.
+2. I guess I don't have any XP, eh?
No one gave you XP today.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's roll. Cross your fingers. Oh, 10. So, 12. But I am a man of the cloth. Does that give me any sort of advantage?
Yeah, you look the part for sure. He eyes you up and down, and then he looks at Quintus, and then at Leah, kind of peering out from behind both of you. And he goes, if you won't mind waiting in the drawing room, I'll send a runner to the captain at the barracks. He'll be by to speak with you shortly. Assuming he's not busy, of course. Maybe, just wait a few moments.
Of course.
Please,
yes.
come in. And he ushers us into a fairly dark entryway. It's a gorgeous house. There are oil paintings on the walls. There's a coat of arms, fireplaces in every room, it seems like. He leads us off to the right through, there's like a big entrance way, and then leads into like a big hall. There's a spiral staircase, very grand, leading off to the right. And then around the side, there's kind of a drawing room. He kind of ushers us in through a glass paneled door, another fireplace in this room, a couple of overstuffed armchairs, some stuffed game in this room. Seems like kind of like a parlor, I guess.
How long has the captain lived here?
Oh, his family's lived here for many years. I've been employed by the family 37 years.
Oh my goodness!
This summer, yes.
37 years. So you must have been here when the lady of the house passed away.
That's correct. Yes. If you need my help for any of your religious ceremonies later on, I shall be happy to assist you. I will be back with
Actually, sorry, I do. I'm trying to keep his attention so he doesn't get the runner. And I'm trying to make it obvious to Quintus that I'm trying to hold his attention so that Quintus can go do something else and look around the place. And I say, actually, I do want to ask you a few questions about Bernadette? Sorry, what was it?
Bernice.
Bernice. I don't know why I keep saying Bernadette.
Me just like syllables. It's fine.
But Bernice, you were here when she passed away.
I was, yes. Lovely woman. Very unfortunate. The captain was beside himself.
Were you, excuse me for asking, but obviously there were complications with the birth. Were you privy to that knowledge? Were you in the room at the time? How close were you to the Lord and his wife?
Well, and he seems a little bit offended at your question. I mean, as the steward of the house, I am, of course, the closest. I would like to say among the hired help. Of course, Bernice had her lady-in-waiting here for the duration of her child-giving times. She kind of flushes. He's uncomfortable. He's not a nursemaid. But I was not permitted in the room, if that is your question.
Sorry, you said her lady-in-waiting was permitted.
Yes, of course.
Is she still with the captain as well?
No, she left shortly after Bernice passed away.
And was she close to Bernice?
Oh, they seemed very close, yes.
Was she beautiful? Trying to figure out how to... No, I wouldn't actually ask that.
A big house like this must need a lot of servants to help clean it, eh?
Well, yes. Once upon a time, there were many of us. Our retinue has decreased over the years because, well, with the household becoming smaller and smaller, there's less of a use for us, you know.
Aye. Was it just you and a couple of others?
It's myself and the cook. And then there's a livery boy as well.
Oh, 3 to run a place like this. Well, I got to say, you're doing a bang-up job keeping it as clean as it is.
Thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind, just a moment, and he...
I just wanted to ask you about this lady in waiting. If you'd like, we can run for him ourselves. We won't go anywhere in the house. Leah, why don't you head down to the captain and ask him to meet us here?
And Leah goes, okay. She leaves.
And and I
do
said,
not make Leah go on a reconnaissance mission. She will not do it. I am not GMing that.
Going through your own house. Fine, Quintus, why don't you go get the captain? Can you see the front door from where we are?
Yeah, there are windows looking out to the street.
Right, yeah.
This is the front room of the house.
I just don't want Leah to actually go get him. I just want her to sit outside. How do I tell her that? I say...
Do you have message?
Messenger? Yeah, I can text her.
No.
Yo, Leah, sup?
No,
Can you...
Hey, babe.
The cantrip.
JK.
Cantrip?
Whisper in her ear
Message,
or something. Tados would have it.
No, I don't have that.
Tados would have it.
Too bad Tados isn't here.
Well, I'll just hope. I'll look at Leah and I'll just say, Leah, why don't you run for the captain and give us as much time as possible with him today, obviously, by bringing him back here as quick as possible, giving us as much time alone.
Why don't you... Man, what should you roll for that to see if you got that point across?
Insanity.
Or should I just roll insight?
You probably should roll insight. Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Okay. Yeah, that makes about as much sense as the rest of this.
Well, aided with the fact that what would Leah actually think I'm trying to say to her? Like, would she actually think that I'm trying to, you know?
I roll a 12, so I'll say Leah goes, yes. And you see her leave the house and walk down the street very slowly.
Maybe that worked. And I turn back to him and I say, this lady in waiting, what was her name?
Oh, let me see. It was so long ago.
2 years.
Yes, she was only here for a couple of months. Must have been a friend of the family or some such. Dion, I believe. The Lady Dion.
Dion Warwick?
Was she just the lady in waiting for the captain, or she's been with the family for years?
Well, she seemed very familiar with Bernice.
Oh, I see.
If you don't mind me saying, gorgeous woman. I usually don't go for elves. No offense, sir.
Nay, none taken.
But gorgeous woman. Dark hair. And by her compartment, you could tell that she was well-bred.
Well-bred? What do you mean by that? Like a noble?
Someone who knew courtly manners, certainly. You'd never met a woman who was more charming.
Oh, you sound like you've got a little bit of a crush there. By the way, I never got your name. What's your name?
Oh, my name?
Your name? Is it Raybert?
Winston.
You look like a Raybert. Oh, a Winston.
Winston.
Ah, you're a Winston.
Love it.
Aye.
Winston the steward.
Well, that's so you were really meant for this life, being named the steward.
That's correct.
You had no real options in your life, poor child. My parents knew what I was to be.
How's the steward? You obviously have your hand in the finances.
Well, yes.
How's your
sorry, I need to
been
excuse
impacted
myself
by
to use the bathroom. I'll be back shortly, and I go walk away.
Yes, it's just through the
Oh, I
main
can find it
room,
myself, believe me.
beside the kitchen to the left.
I can also feel the spirits in the house. I will start my blessing on my way. And I begin walking, muttering to myself.
Okay.
How have you been impacted by the taxes and the raising?
Well, you know, the captain, Captain Rowan is well cared for by the town. You know, being the captain of the guard and all. We have, we're sheltered somewhat from that.
I see. Yes. The taxes go to help the captain of the guard, which does make sense. I mean, he needs to keep this town running.
Yes,
and it looks like he's doing a good job. I mean, the goblins haven't attacked recently.
No. You seem very knowledgeable about the goings-on and very curious. Tell me, what brings you to town?
Well, let me tell you first who I am. My name is Quintus Grey.
Quintus.
And, the reason you could tell that I speak a little dwarvish rather.
Yes,
well,
I was gonna ask, but then I don't like to seem to be one of those small town folk, not knowing, you know, who knows what language. And
I know exactly what you mean, but also, I love a good conversation, and you are the first dwarf I've seen in quite a little bit of time. So I'm just excited to meet you. I'm curious to know about your life here. But I had a tutor, you see, a good tutor who taught me everything I knew, and his name was Drew Allen. He's a dwarf, and he taught me to speak the language of your people.
No kidding.
The culture as well, and my goodness, I learned quite a bit from that man.
You seem to have quite the, you know, positive experience with the Drew Allen. Did you say?
I did, but he also gave me my wings, so to speak. So you ask about my curiosity. I didn't leave my my castle until I was until I was 17 years old. A long time, never to leave Holston County. And so now, I'm a Holstonite.
You're a far cry from home, my boy.
Yeah, it's not that far. Actually, it's really far, and it's amazing that I'm here.
Very far.
So I guess it's just one of those things that, I mean, I haven't really seen much of the world, and now I'm in this small town that maybe to you is, oh, it's such a bore. I don't know if that's what you feel about it, but to me, this is an amazing thing. I mean, to see the problems that you and your people have to face is just absolutely blows my mind.
Well, thank you. And he takes a low, scraping bow. I was trained in the capital of Orjek, of course. You know, the stewardship lessons and such from a young age. But I do find this small town a little, you know, everyone's in each other's business and all. Graham, what are you doing during
I have completed my search of the house. That was how long it took. I'm just going to the basement. I'm trying to find the lowest point in this house. I feel like that's sort of the cliche place.
Yeah. You... I mean, where are you looking?
For doors that head down.
Doors going down.
I don't know.
There are no direct stairs leading down from the main hall where you see the spiral staircase going up.
Any doors in general?
There's like a door. There's 3 doors that are kind of directly across the room from the main sitting room. They're all closed.
Okay.
He said that the washroom was kind of on the other side of the kitchen, across the room. So you would presume one of those doors is a bathroom. And then you have the door leading back into the entry hall, and then you have the staircase going up.
Right. So there's no way I can access what I would presume are the basement stairs without coming back into the room.
There's no direct stairs going down from the room that you're in. You would have to open a door.
I will open the doors.
Okay. One after the other, you are opening the door to a dining room, a kitchen, and a bathroom.
And none of those have doors leading elsewhere?
If you poke your head into the dining room, you see that there are 2 doors. One that you would presume leads into the other side of the kitchen. One that you don't know where it goes. And then the kitchen, when you open that door, there's a man standing at a table chopping vegetables.
And I say, apologies. And I shut the door. In a different voice than my own. And I'm going to go back to the dining room, and I will go to the door that doesn't lead to the kitchen.
So there's kind of a large pantry, and then there's another door that leads down into kind of dusty stairs.
I will take those stairs.
Great. You do?
Yep.
Do you have dark vision?
I do not. I think I'm a human.
Yeah. There are no lights on. You're going to cast some light spells?
Yeah, I will do light.
Cool.
And I will touch my something that I can easily hide. I will cast light on my pendant. And then that way I can just hold my hand around it if I need to snub the light.
So the light of your deity wreaths the pendant in your hand, and you reveal a kind of cobwebby, dark stone stair. You can take it down maybe 15 steps and reveal kind of a dark. It's like stone for a little while, and then it becomes just dirt walls, and it seems like it's being used for storage. There are a lot of boxes and casks.
And I'll be looking around as I move through it.
Yeah, roll investigation for me.
Happily. A natural 20.
Lovely.
Nice.
Best place to do it, too. If we're going to find out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you had a dagger in your gut.
Yeah.
What?
Oops.
You find a number of casks that are stamped with a vintage of wine that seems very, very good indeed. Maybe from Selvas County, known for their wines. You find a lot of boxes of root vegetables that are being stored from over the winter, things that have seemed to be preserved fairly well. And then as you make your way into the far reaches of this root cellar, you come across a pile of humanoid bones.
How old do they look?
You would venture, and there's probably half a dozen corpses here worth of bones, dating between 5 years old to maybe a year.
To only a year, really? There's nothing else in this basement?
That's all you see.
And I search the pile very quickly, just to see if there's anything that jumps out.
No. Just some gross bones.
There's no sense in take. I don't know. Maybe someone can do a spell. I'll take a small bone, like a finger bone or something.
Vertebra, or
yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know what Tados can do. Maybe he can be like, "Ew, yes, a bone." What does turn undead do? assume not that.
Undead creatures have to run away from you.
No, I was just joking.
Good joke.
What's that?
The good joke.
I thought it was a joke. I will leave then. Quickly.
Great. As you leave, you are met by Leah.
Oh.
She's coming back into the main door of the house.
Oh, like upstairs.
Yeah.
I thought you meant in the fucking cellar. I'm like, oh my god, is Leah a fucking double agent? I was like, that would be so cheap.
I don't get to pull those pranks, unfortunately. No, as you're leaving the dining room, Leah is entering through the front door of the house, and she's by herself.
Okay.
And she's like, I couldn't find the captain at the guardhouse because I didn't look for him. Is that what you meant?
That is what I meant. Very good.
Okay, good.
I think the last place to look is upstairs. There's a pile of humanoid bones ranging from 1 year to 5 years in the basement.
What?
Yes. But we need to check upstairs. And I enter back into the room and I say, had a bit of tummy troubles. And I want to roll insight on the dude that I forgot to roll insight on while he was talking to Justin.
Yeah, so I figure that Winston and Quintus are probably sitting across from each other in armchairs at this point.
Yes.
And Winston's poured himself a measure of good brandy. And I don't know, Quintus, would you take a little brandy?
Well, does he tell me anything about Salvesian wine? Because that would be interesting.
Yeah, if you're in the mood to talk about wine specifically, he would have told you that that it's the best in the region, and maybe he would have poured some for you.
Aye, okay, well, if he's got some Salvesian, I'll definitely take that.
Yeah, so the two of you are, maybe you're doing a little mini wine testing at 10 in the morning?
Aye, well, never too early for a dwarf.
He's got a couple of bottles open, and he's talking excitedly, and he's got, like, crackers out and shit.
Oh, good man. Out bloody standing.
And so Leah and Graham come back in, and he's getting kind of excited to have company. You can tell that, like, this man. Actually, if you want to roll your insight, Graham,
I will. I just want to know if he's sort of. I wanted to ask him about his. Oh wow, natural one. Never mind. I know nothing.
He seems to like entertaining.
Of course he does. And I see Leah come back in and I say, Leah's just informed me that she could not find the captain, and we unfortunately have places to go. So, I'm sorry, Quintus, I know you're enjoying this, but, I mean, the blessing would take another 15...
This is the best conversation I've had in
Well,
months.
I'm sorry, we must leave.
I'm sorry for you.
No, we must leave.
Staying.
I'm using this as leverage, like, Quintus.
If you just look at the legs on this wine, this Salvesian, it's almost 80 years old.
No, I think unfortunately we need to leave, unless you would permit me upstairs, in which case Quintus can continue entertaining for the next short while. I do need to bless this house, and then we can go. But otherwise we need to leave immediately.
I'm afraid that I'd rather the captain attend your religious ceremony.
Oh, I don't think.
Sure.
Well, not to step on your toes, Winston, but part of the reason we came here was because he requested not to be present. He felt the feelings of reminding himself of her passing were just too powerful.
It's very strange, though, that you say that, because he always is very sure to tell me whenever someone is going to call at the house.
Well, as I said, we only met him last night.
Yes, and I spoke with him before he left this morning. He did not mention any visitors, so... Well, I thank you for calling, but if you must be on your way and you do not want to wait for the captain, I should ask you to leave.
Winston, he did not invite us for dinner last night. He didn't tell you that we were to come for dinner.
No.
Interesting. Because he did very well invite us for dinner last night.
Well, I find that hard to believe. He would have spoken with the cook. I mean, maybe he spoke with him, but didn't tell me anything. It's a strange strange thing for the captain to do.
Do you stay here in the house with him?
I do. I have my quarters.
Very well. Well, I suppose we should be on our way then.
Thank
when
you
you
for
say legs, it's got nice legs. What do you mean by that?
Well, and he kind of shuffles over to you and he shows you down the side of the glass. This is, you can see the sugar content here of the wine based on the width of this little squiggly that comes down just here. You see.
Squiggly. Oh, yes.
That's, you know what you're going to taste before you even put it to your lips.
Now, if I was to drink this while I was eating, what would I consume with this? It's like a pairing, right?
Yes, perhaps, and I should love your company, especially you, Quintus. Maybe I will speak to the captain about preparing a proper meal for the four of you, and and we will we'll have a real dinner, all of us, maybe tonight.
I would like that, a real dinner with a real wine, eh?
Hey!
Cheers. Do you want some wine? Ah, well, no, they don't want any wine, I don't think.
No, I'm good. Are you permitted to every corner of this estate, Winston?
I am, yes. I'm the steward of this manor.
Interesting. Then we shall excuse ourselves, and hopefully we'll see you again.
We'll see you soon then, yes.
Hopefully tonight for dinner.
Yes.
A real course. Oh,
yes.
Good. I can't wait. All right, let's go then.
Goodbye, Winston!
And once we're outside, I relay to them that in the cellar there's piles of humanoid bones.
How many? How many people?
12, half a dozen?
Half a dozen.
Or four, so 6.
6 people? That's not too many. I mean,
Quintus, 1 person is too many. There should not ever be human bones. Furthermore, Winston's admitted to having access to the entire estate, which means he, at the very least he and perhaps the cook, know that there are bones in the basement. Why would you not bury or cover them up?
He did say that there were 4 of us.
What do you mean?
He said that there were 4 of us.
He said that he would see the 4 of us for dinner.
I didn't catch that. That's a good catch.
What do you
There's
mean?
only 3 of us. Only the 3 of us went in there.
He doesn't know about Pados.
He's got no freaking clue about them.
Well, I assumed he was lying about not understanding, well, having us, but yes, fair enough. I guess he let it slip. Interesting, though. 35 years he was, eh? Are you thinking that maybe he is more than what he's letting on?
Well, maybe he's just a very, very, very obedient steward.
Well, all right, here's what I saw. He let us in, and he said he was going to get the captain, all right? And we managed to dodge that. We got inside. He actually let you go to the bathroom, which is kind of dropping the ball as a steward.
Yeah.
But it's also being a good host, so maybe that's important to him. So you're able to do that. You're able to explore. You're able to find all those things. And that's what I've got. Those are the facts. But also, I definitely think that we are going to find out that he is implicit in it as well. Because 6 bodies, 6 sets of bones, is not really a lot for 2 years worth of fiending.
It's not, but it's more than none, which is the preferred amount of human.
No. Well, I agree, but if it was like, how many people do you think that this fiend has consumed? If that's what we're going with.
I don't know that fiends even consume humans. I honestly don't know.
It sounds like that's what they do. I don't know. I'm maybe grasping at straws here.
All I know is we need to kill the motherfucker. And let's pause there for the mid-game post! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time where we stop the action and we jump to the Discord page and we ask you guys a question based on what the game was about. And Joe, what's the question for tonight?
Oh boy. The question is. What is the name of the man who both had an appointment with the mayor and was mentioned in Serene Crawley, the banker's notes in episodes 2 and 3?
All right, so the mid-game post question is there. It's in the Discord. Just go up and answer the question, and then we will roll. Thank you, Joe. Yes, we know the answer. I think anybody who's watched the previous game should.
Zia doesn't remember. Oh no.
I remember. So Justin, Joe's gone to the bathroom right now. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Okay, so something occurred to me.
What?
Well, I mean, it would have been great to bring up in conversation, but this dwarf, this Winston fellow, he's going to be out of a job in a little bit. Like, it's kind of a big deal for him because the captain of the guard, Rowdy, or what's his name? Rowdy?
Our guy? Our guy is Rowan. Rowan Estall.
Rowan. Rowdy Estall.
Rowan.
He's the last of the line. He's the last line in the family.
True.
So, like, when he dies, he didn't have an heir. Because the heir died too, right? The baby died in childbirth?
Well, see, I don't even know. I don't know if any of this fucking childbirth shit is true.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't know. I don't know enough about any of this stuff. Like, that's the problem. I can guess. Yeah. But it's just assumptions. Like, okay, so what do we know? We know that this guy has been in this town for a number of years. His wife supposedly died. This woman, Dion, the elf, this lady in waiting, left the minute the wife died. He didn't kill her. You know, it's not like he maybe took it out on her or something of that nature. Man, there's a lot of like elements to this. There's the whole taxation of the people, which has caused them to attack the woods, which happened around the time the wife died. So there's something there too, you know what I mean? Something seems off about it. But what's this fiend's motivation, okay? Obviously he is trying to kill these people. He seems to be the decider in hanging these people. We know that. Why is he hanging these people? He's not... I thought maybe he'd be digging them up and eating them, because I don't really know what a fiend's fucking motivations are, but he's not. So he's not eating them. So maybe he is
eating them, is he
not?
Well,
but the last one was a year ago that it was eaten. Right?
Is that what she said? Like how recent they are?
Yeah. So it's not like he'd be killing these people purely for food. So maybe he only needs to eat once a fucking year or something like that. Which, again, I have no idea. So maybe his wife's alive and maybe he's trying to feed her or something like that. I guess, honestly, I think we just have to talk to him and be like, yo, what's your fucking deal? Like, what's your motivations? Yeah. And then if he ends up being like, let's fight now, then we fight him. And if we find out more, then we try to trick him into fighting. But ultimately, I don't think meta or as players that I understand enough of this to be able to discern anything. Like, nothing seems to be clicking.
There's gotta be... You know what would be kind of badass?
What?
If there's gotta be more to learn about fiends. Like, we need to understand fiends. Like, if there was a way to, like, cast him out of his shell, he's been in like the family line for over 37 years, as we know from the dwarf, right?
Yeah.
So if he's been in the family line, then the whole family's out of fiends. I don't know how fiend
That's
sex
the thing.
works.
We don't know how any of this works.
Right. But I'm wondering whether or not a fiend can imitate someone. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe you expressed this at the beginning of the episode. But maybe what we need is to learn more about fiends. And maybe there isn't anybody in town who knows about fiends, but maybe in Orjek.
See, here's the thing.
What I was going to say is it would be badass if we went to Orjek and did a separate mission, did a whole bunch of things, then fucking came back and then just
Yeah.
knew everything about fiends. We're like, okay, this is
So well,
what he's doing.
that's sort of like the whole thing here, because like that's what I'm trying to figure out in all of these pieces by like talking to these people. I'm trying to figure out what like, you know, how like any sort of information that's gonna like reveal it, you know, like a bite out of the body or something like that. Because like lycanthropes or whatever, yeah, we can relate to them. Like that's something that I've seen in popular culture. But I don't know anything about any of the creatures that we're dealing with to be able to. And like, you know what I was thinking of a lot? The Witcher. I love The Witcher because one of the things that's so great about The Witcher is like the manual of the what's it called? The index of all the creatures. Like, you know how the codex, thank you. It's like when you're dealing with a botchling, the first thing I always do is like read about it and try to figure out what the fuck it is. And I would be like poring over books or like calling somebody or finding somebody who knew anything about fucking fiends and like researching the hell out of them to be like, oh, that's what they do.
Yeah,
this is where their motivations lie. What kind of historically, what do fiends' motivation? Are they like dragons? Do they like gold? Like who fucking knows? Do they need?
Unfortunately,
Oh, I didn't realize you're back.
Fiend is too broad of it's like a creature type. It's like beast. Like knowing about beasts is just like, oh, they're like creatures. It's not going to tell you anything specific about the thing. You're relying on your cleric power, which is you identified it as fiend, like demon, devil, undead, or whatever the fuck.
But even in that, like
the basic clarification of what creature type it was. But you have no idea what kind of a thing this guy is.
But I mean, like, even to find out, like, how long do fiends live? Like, are fiends, like...
Well, that's the thing.
But she raises...
is like a very big category of creatures.
Mm-hmm. Is it like no way human?
To answer that correctly. Right.
Okay, so
humanoid. Like, it
I need to understand...
Elf, blah, 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 blah.
I need to understand your spell a little bit more, because is it detect good and evil? Or is it just detect, like...
Yeah, it was evil and good. Oh.
It is detect good and evil?
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
You can detect good and evil creatures within 30 feet of you. You also know where they're... Yeah, it's just good and evil. It's like they're...
Right,
they're,
so it's like...
That's not what you cast, because you said it tells you whether they are...
A fiend.
Mm-hmm. Undead, whatever.
Undead, yeah.
So it has nothing to do with alignment.
Hold on.
Essentially, it's as like saying, you know, detect humanoid. Like you said, oh, this is a humanoid, but that doesn't tell you anything about orcs or about elves or...
It is a good distinction, and I mean, one way that we could find out, if you don't have a spell that like just says, okay, this person is evil, I've looked into this person's heart and they are a horrible person. The way to do that is by sending a sprite in.
Yep.
Or if you had a spell that just said that they're fucking evil.
Yeah, they are.
So for the mid-game post,
we don't have any correct answers yet.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah, David Johns. DJ.
In Discord or in mid-game post? There it is. Yes, he's correct. Hey! Congratulations!
Hey!
David Jones, you got XP.
And you're welcome to spend that whenever you like tonight, if you want to.
Yes.
If you want to spend it now on your...
Help us!
Justin reminded me that he spent an XP to aid the sprites at some point.
That's right, he did.
Which is still active.
Good.
For the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you.
There you go.
As well as you know where the creature is located.
And what's that called?
Detect evil and good.
Weird. Okay, that's what's confusing about it, because by that,
celestial, for example, is there an angel around?
Right.
Fiend is like, is there a demon around?
Well, now this is really interesting because it's like playing with the meta of what is good and evil.
Yes.
So the question is too, I guess, and I'm sure you said it the first time too, but I guess I didn't understand what you meant by fiend. I didn't understand that fiends could be like a humanoid, like you said, like dwarves and
There's like
elves
20
and, like,
different things that are called fiends.
See,
in
I
the monster
didn't,
manual.
but I don't know that. Like, how does in game? How does one figure that out? Like, how does one, like, so obviously I can cast a spell as a cleric and understand what the fiend is in the game. How do I do that? Like, can I go to a library? Like, that's what I want to do. I just don't know how to do it.
Like a history or an arcana check.
And I guess the problem is I just
could be
kept
like,
failing those rolls.
What is a fiend?
Yeah. See, had I succeeded at that roll, I feel like I probably would have. This would have been easier for me to at least get my head around.
But I think
okay. But knowing that it's that vast now,
right,
changes it.
To play a character that doesn't know, because you don't. So.
Oh, for sure. I'm only explaining that's why I'm so tentative about this kind of stuff. Because, like, for instance, if I knew it was a humanoid, you know, good and evil, and if it was like any of those types of things, the other things that were listed there, I probably would just talk to it. But fiend, I guess,
Graham
scared
tentative?
me. Probably, but maybe overly because of how many people have in this party been so impulsive. It's like overreacting. Let's just talk to him. Let's go talk to him.
I agree.
I really want Alex to be here.
I would love if Alex was here.
He's going to be here in 15 minutes.
15 minutes. All right. Well, what can we do in the meantime?
Talk to the fiend. And then just have him join halfway through.
Let's just go kill a goblin or two and then come back.
Let's just go grind.
Is there anybody in this town that would know anything about... Well, you know, we could get some XP.
Does anybody have a rat problem?
Anyone need some mail delivered?
Well, maybe we can ask the what's-her-called person about the actual banker about Dion, the elf, the lady in waiting.
Yeah, but you know, but no, I don't know. I don't even know how many people we can trust now. I feel like...
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk to the
To
sprites.
the
Let's talk to the sprites.
Aye, okay.
Why not, right?
Let's go back to camp where Tados is still sleeping, and we can speak to the sprites there. So we make our way back across town. The dwarf Winston waves his goodbyes from the porch.
Flip him off.
I'll tell
Thanks
the captain about to come back
Sounds
this evening.
good. We will.
And
Tell him we'll be back.
I will. I'll tell him
At dawn. I mean dusk.
dusk.
We will be
Yes,
here
I
for
figured
dinner.
you meant dusk.
No, for dawn.
And we head back across town. It's coming up on noon.
Let's just figure out all we can about fiends and then go and kill them at dusk.
Okay, great. So we go back to the forest clearing just outside of Marguerite's property, and she's like chilling with the sprites. It seems like they've kind of made friends since you guys have been gone, and she's like sitting down chatting with Sir Morning Glory.
Sir Morning Glory.
Yeah, he's like sitting on her knee, and she's like having.
What's the story, Morning
conversation.
Glory?
Tados is still asleep.
Of course he is, asshole.
Is there a sprite called Afternoon Delight?
Yep. There's now.
Can I hold you tight? And we talk to the sprites, and I guess we just sort of admit what it's up. Admit what's
I don't know.
up.
What do you say?
And I say, there is a fiend in town, and we have found him, but his motivations are unclear just yet. Sprites, what do you know about fiends?
Well, we know everything about fiends.
Wonderful. Glad I thought of this now.
What do you want to know?
Are they evil creatures? What do they look like? What do they do? What kind of spells can they cast? How old are they typically? How many different sizes are they? Are they male and female? Are they asexual? Can they have kids? Can they get married? Do they live amongst us? Do they like humans? I have more questions.
Lord Dewdrop stands in the middle of the clearing. He sort of like flutters down, like glitter. It's like shooting off of his wings, and he lands, and he sort of paces back and forth. He's like, "Well, fiends. Let me see. What was I told about fiends in sprite school? They are otherworldly creatures from the lower planes. They are outsiders, extraplanar creatures. Demons and devils and whatnot. What else? What else?
What are the motivations?
I can't remember the rhyme, but they're evil, Graham. They're evil.
Right, but that's such a broad term. Evil in what sense? Do they eat babies? Do they want money? Do they want chaos?
Well, hags are fiends, yes.
Right.
And they do eat children.
Okay. What types of fiends are there?
The slod.
What's a slod?
Are fiends, I believe. Slotty are big frog men with gems in their brain.
Right. How about this? I have an idea. I describe the captain, everything I know about him, and I say, what type of fiend would best suit that?
Well, you say that he takes a human form.
Yes.
Well, probably some kind of... Could be a witch. Or maybe a succubus.
Right. What is a succubus?
Oh, these are creatures from one of the hells. They can change shapes. I don't remember much, but I know that they're very charming creatures.
Right. What is their motivation? What is their goal?
I don't know. I've never met a succubus. What are humans' goals? They're not all the same. Graham, don't be so... I don't know. Small-minded.
Look who's small.
Excuse me!
Well, you are. That's physically. That's just fact. Alright, so a succubus can change shape. Obviously genders and sexes and all this type of stuff. So then maybe the captain and the woman who left this town were the same person. Maybe maybe they were both someone who wanted to be with this woman. And...
Well, I mean, I'm sure they were seen in the same room together.
Right.
The captain and the woman.
What else about a succubus could be? Do they marry? Do they travel in packs? Are they lone creatures?
I'm gonna roll an intelligence for Lord Dewdrop.
All right.
And I did pretty good. He says, I believe succubi are usually in service of some greater evil, typically sent on some kind of mission in service to a higher devil or demon.
Right. Okay. So it's possible that if a succubus, they would what entice someone to follow them? Would they kill someone for this higher demon?
Well, they eat souls.
Okay. And how does one consume? How does a succubus consume a soul? Do they need to stand over the creature? Can they hang someone from the gallows and remove the soul later?
Oh, they have to kiss them.
Ah.
That is the whole thing about a succubus.
Perfect. Okay. So a succubus needs to kiss a creature to consume its soul. Can they do it while they're alive, or when they're dead, or they have to be alive?
No, I'm sure they must be alive. Yes.
And the creature must obviously be able to charm in one way or another.
Goodness, yes.
What type of, first and foremost, what types of protection can one have against said charms? What do you know how they might charm someone? Is it through the eyes, through words, through a smell, or is it all?
I believe if you are very strong of will, you may resist such a temptation.
It's that simple. There's no
It's like a
visual
wisdom saving throw or something.
Okay.
Wisdom.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's good to know. I just had a sound. Where'd that come from? Yeah, you hear that too?
I did.
What the heck was that?
I didn't hear it because I was too busy
It's all right.
Ah, it's Alex.
being a sprite. Is he coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, quietly he said. Oops.
Cool.
So then, is there any chance that a succubus or a succubus is a male one and a female? Does it matter?
I think it's like an incubus is a boy and a succubus is a girl.
Ah, so it can't change genders.
I don't know. I'm just a sprite.
So is there any chance that they can not be working for a devil and that they're just being, trying to make it in this harsh world of ours?
Sure, I guess so. I don't know. I've never met a succubus before.
How
So they're not always evil.
Well, I'm sure they're always evil. Yes, every fiend is an evil creature.
How does one... Do you know any succubus weaknesses? Things that perhaps... like fire.
A weakness for a succubus. You think the captain of the guard is a succubus, and you want to know its weakness.
Well, I never said the captain of the guard. Hold on for a second. Do you know... I'm just kidding. You would have figured that out because you were the one who found him.
Graham, you sent me in to
I know, I'm joking.
the barracks yesterday. I'm not a baby.
Well, you act like it, and you're little.
I'm a sprite.
I think based on the description and the charm that he offered, yes, ultimately, I guess, if you say there are female and male ones, then he would be an incubus, you said.
I mean, if it can change its shape, then it can just be anything, right?
But if it can change its shape and there are male and I won't think about it. It'll be a succubus then. Fair enough. Okay. So the succubus's goal, you said, is to kiss people, to consume their souls, and then they work typically for a higher power or a lower power.
Yes, that's what I was taught.
Okay, so meaning that if this was a succubus, but the people that were being hung were dead. I mean, we saw, just looking back and thinking back, were they like alive when they were being hung?
Well, they were until they were hung, and then they weren't anymore.
But I mean, like, they weren't just like standing there, you know what I mean? And then they got hung. Like, they weren't cleverly being
logically
killed.
Looking back to the freshest graves that we saw, you found a dead body in there.
Yeah. Did we check how it died? Can I go back to see if I remember if the neck was broken, if the eyes were popped out?
It was like a couple weeks buried.
Right.
Bunch of jumbly bodies. At this point, Tados finally rolls over in his bedroll.
It's about time you woke up, Tados.
It's like noon.
You don't understand. My head, it has been throbbing all morning, and even now it throbs. Oh, what have I missed? My kin, who's here? I can barely see. My eyes, they're so blurry.
Tados, we've gone to the grave site. We've dug up the body of the captain's wife. She wasn't there. There was no body. We then went to the captain's home, and I snuck around, and in the basement there was a pile of about 6 humanoid bones, but the last had been eaten only about a year ago.
Oh my God.
We spoke to Winston, which was a dwarf house servant, steward, who...
Very charming.
Very charming. Who
I didn't see you there, Leah.
Oh, hello.
And
Good morning.
he told us about the woman's name. Dion was her name, who passed through town after the wife died. However, we believe that Winston is aware of the 4 of us. He was aware of maybe our intentions, and we believe that he is aware that the fiend is a fiend. We came back here. We are speaking to the pixies now, who have revealed that based on the description we have offered, it's very likely that the captain is in fact a succubus, which is what we've just discovered is a creature
What?
that
Succubus.
that kisses creatures and to take
Well,
their
of
soul.
course. And Tados cuts off Graham and starts telling him about
You're caught up then. Good.
I love watching
telling him about the succubus.
Do you know about
Quintus.
succubuses? Tell us. Yes.
Quintus, where is Quintus? I can barely see. Is
I'm
he there?
here. I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here. Goodness
you
gracious, you are just hilarious to watch when you're learning something. Some of these developments. I'm just so amazed. Oh,
I turned-
goodness. Oh, a succubus. Oh.
I turn back to the pixies. Does taking someone's soul kill them instantly? As a succubus would?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like that. It's just all theory, no practice.
Right. Well, and I turn to the others and I say, if this is a succubus and they are collecting souls, ultimately I don't necessarily think they might need to die on the site if that's what's happening, meaning they could still be hung.
I'm thinking about how do we move forward? I mean, if it's a succubus, stealing souls sounds like a pretty bad thing. That even if they are maintaining the town, I don't know if it's like something that we want to let live in the world.
No, I think we need to go as soon as possible. Well, as soon as we're invited back to his house, speak to him about his motivations. But in the meantime, I think right now we should go to the healer and ask if there is anything that she has that would give us a boost to our wisdom saving throw. Like,
I could use one of those.
I'm just trying to think I mean, they have antidotes for sleeping that was cast on the pixies. You know, she may have some sort of thing that we can wear around our necks that, you know, a succubus repellent or something. I don't know. I don't know how D&D works. I don't know how D&D works. That's what I would do.
Okay, so do I know anything about the succubus that I can help with the situation? Can I? I don't have my roll open.
I mean, you originally rolled about fiends. Yeah, you can do one more roll.
But is a succubus?
It's kind of fiend, yes. You can roll an Arcana check.
I didn't even look at it before I said anything.
Excuse me.
And I got a 16.
Great.
No, what'd you say? Wisdom check?
No, Arcana.
Arcana?
Arcana.
A 16, so a 19.
You know that the succubus has a lot of damage resistances. Like many elemental damage resistances, for example.
Okay.
And has a very high charisma, thus could have been deceiving you in any social situation that you would have been in with.
Perfect. Which then would mean that maybe he wasn't sincere about the bar. Yeah, okay. Do you know specifically what resistances? Thunder, lightning, very, very frightening.
And I go on to explain this through Joe's lovely voice. Yes.
There are 8 of them. I will tell you 4. Cold, lightning. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will just. I mean, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing is those are 3, but from non-magical attacks.
I really.
Well, then how are we
thunder.
supposed to kill it if we can't bludgeon it, or pierce it, or slash it?
Damage resistance
Just
in
half,
D&D
so-
terms means half damage.
Okay.
Well,
Still.
at least we'll have to attack it with magic, I suppose. Is that what I'm gathering correctly? From my own teachings?
Yeah, I suppose. This is kind of scary.
It rather is.
It is.
Succubus. Even the name
Hey.
succubus, it sounds scary.
Do you know any way to reveal it? Any way to show that it's not its true form?
What if we just insult it? I don't know.
Insult it?
Maybe
Aye,
we
that
take it
could
to
be
time.
fun.
take it to the square. And in front of everybody, like a hanging, we insult it.
It's got to take concentration to hold
If it
releases its form.
knowledge like that.
If it has a lot of charisma, ultimately revealing it in front of a crowd might not be the best thing. It could ultimately turn the crowd against us. I think speaking to this thing one-on-one.
Fair.
I think speaking to this thing one-on-one is the best go of it. But what we need to do is arm ourselves in any way possible to resist its charms and to understand exactly how it can be killed, if at all. We speak to it. We understand its motivations. We protect ourselves from turning on each other during that encounter in any way possible. And from there, we choose whether to slay it on sight, or perhaps, if its intentions are honorable or we can convince it otherwise, to let it go.
Dinner tonight?
I think so, right?
Definitely. And I'm going to start walking towards the healer, Snoke. Shoke.
Shoke.
Yes.
Shoke Dry Willow.
That's right. So the little silvery bell rings above the door at Shoke's alchemical shop.
Right.
Or what's it called?
And
Hello again, Shoke.
yes, hello, Shoke. We're come back. We are speaking with the town god captain tonight. You know him as Rowan Estall. However, we believe he is a succubus, and we are going to hopefully speak to him and perhaps try to slay him. We're looking for anything that you can offer us, sell us, or make for us to save us in the need of a charisma check, of a willpower-based wisdom check.
Oh. I'm sorry. You need something for resilience of your will, I suppose.
Yes.
I'm but a lowly village healer. I'm not sure if I can.
Have you ever dealt with a succubus?
No, never. I don't even fully know what one is. An evil creature. You're saying the captain of the guard is a demon?
Yes, he's a fiend. Do you sell holy water?
On what grounds?
It's literally what we do. We come into towns and we try to figure out where the creatures are.
Graham
Rowan
is
is a handsome and helpful
clinic.
man.
That's what a
Well.
succubus does.
very charming. That's the danger. That's how they get you.
Well,
Is there anything that you could offer in the way of something potent, something that would maybe deter people from something that might blind us, perhaps a strong-smelling herb of some sort?
that would blind you?
Well, I'm trying to think of...
I would like to roll a charisma roll, but I can't find a skill here. But it would be empowerment. Like, I step in and say, "You could help us take down a succubus if only you created the best potion."
Persuasion, I suppose?
Persuasion. Very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. That would work. I will try and persuade you, but also empower you.
Mm-hmm.
Together, we can take down this succubus. Oh, and I guess I need a roll.
That's right.
Sorry. Oh, 13 plus a 3, so 16.
You say it's a wisdom saving throw, sorry?
No,
Yep.
or I was doing charisma.
Yeah,
Is
but
that correct?
keep talking about against the
Okay.
charm effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shoke kind of looks around, a little bit dismayed at the shelves, and pulls 2 different potions off of the shelf. And she holds one in her hand. This is a filter of love. It whatever creature drinks it, within 10 minutes, it becomes charmed by you for 1 hour. I'm not sure if whatever you think this captain is affected by love potion. It could work.
It'd be worth a try.
Sediments, mate.
This is a potion of resistance. I need but add a few extra herbs, and it can give you a buffer against specific kinds of magical or elemental damages. Acid, force, lightning, poison. Whatever you anticipate being injured by.
Oh, it's all good. I'm truthfully more concerned than anything about being charmed.
We don't have anything for that.
But Graham,
I was just
perhaps
saying to them, not you.
Quintus, maybe you'll agree with me, but perhaps if we make the succubus fall in love, it will throw his senses so far off he won't be able to think straight, and his charisma may be affected.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
If we try it on him, I don't think it's gonna work. Sorry, I didn't think it's gonna work. But if we try it on, say, his steward, the person who he trusts the most, then maybe we would be able to get some leverage in the situation. But also, I'm thinking that if this creature wants to try to charm us, why don't we make ourselves as unappealing as possible?
I don't know if that's how charming works necessarily. But look.
Well, if he doesn't want to charm me, then maybe he'll charm one of you.
I head back to the woods where Marguerite was, now that the healer is not really turned out as I had hoped. Well, we can buy.
Follow along.
We can buy the charming potion. We can buy the resistance potion, but I don't know what it would be. I guess one of the sprites is with us, right? Or what would be with us? So I turn to him and just say, "Do you know any sort of damage that this creature would do that we could prepare resistance for?"
No, I'm sorry, nothing specific.
That's totally fine. I don't blame you. And we head back to the woods, and I tell Lord Dewdrop to get all of the sprites.
Fighters.
Yes, and I say, Lord Dewdrop, ultimately we are about to go try to speak to this fiend and kill it, if it is a succubus. Do you... No, and I'll just persuade, and I'll give an inspiring speech, and I'll say, for too long your forests have been cut back by the farmers of this village, but it is not them to blame. They are doing it in reaction to a fiend who has taken over this town with his lawlessness and evil. We are here to stop him. If you wish to save your forest and return to the life that you so nobly had and held with such high esteem, join us tonight, now, and slay him. End this fiend's life once and for all. And I will do a persuasion to see how many of them I can convince. With that super motivating natural 1.
Lovely.
Wow. That sucked.
Such a third one tonight.
And that wasn't a bad speech either.
That wasn't bad. Lord Dewdrop flits in front of your face and sort of bows, and he says, Graham Hereward, you have proven yourself to be a friend of the forest. I give to you myself, Lady Bluebell, Sir Morning Glory, and Madam Lilyfeather of the Dawn, to help with your efforts today.
Perfect.
We will stay invisible and at your beck and call until you require our assistance. Essentially, mechanically, that means I will tag one sprite to each of our characters.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
I will give you guys all the monster stat block for sprites, and you can use them through the battle as you will. Essentially, on your turn, you can direct your PC plus 1 sprite.
Great.
Okay.
I will highlight the fact that they can be invisible until they take an aggressive action.
Excellent. Welcome back. And
That
what's
they have
my
2 hit
sprite's name?
points. 2 hit points each, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Your sprite's name is Madam Lily Feather of the Dawn.
Oh, it's good to have you back, Madam Lilyfeather of the Dawn.
Hello, Tados. Nice to see you awake.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you. Yes, I was sleeping very much today, but I've been having them ever since that time.
All right.
But none of that now.
Let's go. And we walk across the town towards his house. And on the way, we stop by the healers, and I buy that resistance potion, and we'll see fire.
It's 100 gold.
And I say,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were going to fuck us. And I leave.
We got
Didn't
an
know I was
extra
going to be
5.2.
fucked today.
We got an extra 5 gold and 2 silver back.
Nice.
Did you guys do a warning while I wasn't here?
Yeah. we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as we arrive outside his house,
Not the same though.
I turn to the others and I say, I think we should attack him right away. I think ultimately, I mean, at what point, I can't imagine there's going to be any benefit here. He's a creature that needs to die.
Well, what
He's
time is it right now? Do you think he's home by now?
It's like 3.
Do you think it makes any difference between the day or the night? I would think any creature is scarier to fight in the dark.
Well, yeah.
Let's do it now!
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Agreed.
And I'm going
Well,
to
let's take care of his servants, I think.
just kill them
Leah
all.
casts Mage Hand on herself. Not Mage Hand. Mage Armor on herself.
Yeah, and I'm
What you
casting,
doing with that hand, Leah?
Love that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
and I'm casting bless on everybody.
What? Can you? I don't think you can cast Bless on everybody. it's like
You
a
bless up
line.
to 3 creatures. Sorry, so you 3, Leah,
Cool.
Justin, or Quintus, and Tados.
And as you do that, I scream up in the air, "Tonight!" And using thaumaturgy, it echoes, booms.
No. And we go into his house.
As Tato screams.
Oh no, you do that.
You hear like behind the front door, and then like, what's his name? Winston, the dwarf, opens it. He's like, "Oh, it's you. Come in. What was that racket?"
Where is the fiend?
I'm sorry.
Where is the captain of the guard?
Oh, he's just upstairs.
Perfect. And we walk past him.
Come in. Oh, you do. Okay.
Upstairs.
You walk past him.
I shuffle by.
He says, actually, roll perception for me, Tados.
Oh, perception. Throw my die.
As the three of us,
7.
the 3 of us are walking in, and Tados is the last one through the door.
A 3.
Yeah.
7. Sorry, 7.
He mumbles something under his breath,
Cut off his head.
and as the 4 of us march upstairs, you hear him clear his throat, and the front door closes.
Maybe he's the big bad and like the captain. Maybe they're the same guy.
What do you do?
Do you want to kill him first or try him
So-
first?
Set this up again for me. We're standing where? On a stairs?
So, okay, there's a front door. There's like an entryway, like a front hall, and then it opens into like a big entrance chamber that's like got a ton of paintings and
Does it have candelabra?
fireplace. Yeah, candelabra for sure.
Does it have a rope hanging down?
Yeah,
Like to hold it up, right?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. A la you can slash it and it will fall for sure.
Yeah. Is there a
And
stairway?
there's like a marble staircase that kind of like spirals upwards that everyone is sort of heading up, and then there's about 4 doorways leading out into various rooms off of this big main chamber.
And as we step in, who's there? The captain of the guard?
No, so essentially this dwarf, who is the steward of the house, has let you all inside, and you all brushed past him very rudely. He was the one who invited you all over for dinner this evening. and you were in the midst of climbing the staircase very presumptuously when he cleared his throat.
Hmm.
I'll cast Guiding Bolt on him.
You cast a guiding bolt on him.
Just attack him.
Okay. Roll. Everyone roll for initiative.
Okay.
Hey, why are we doing this? This isn't what Quintus would do.
What do you,
So
what
you
do
just
we do?
attack him outright?
Yeah, I guess.
Quintus would stop. Like when he said,
You said you did it.
I did it.
yeah, he did.
So Graham, just out of nowhere, what did you do?
Yep.
Yeah.
What
I
did you
figured
cast?
it was like this. We walked inside. We went up. Started walking up the stairs towards the captain. He mumbled something, and the door slammed. Obviously, and then Graham like,
Is that like a threat?
yeah. And then
guess.
I guess Graham stopped and like turned around and saw that the door was shut, and felt very like.
Oh, so you turned around.
Yeah, like I pictured that.
Not a dwarf standing there anymore.
Oh, really? Well, then I wouldn't cast anything, I guess.
What is it? Wait,
I wouldn't
maybe
attack.
you would. What is it? What's standing in front of us?
There's a exceedingly beautiful woman
Oh, there is something standing there. Then I do shoot it. Yeah, sorry.
standing. Well, just let me explain how gorgeous
I'm
this
sorry.
woman is for a moment.
Okay.
She has the palest, milkiest skin.
Oh.
Very wavy butt length, kind of auburn hair. Two twisted horns that sort of spiral up
Oh
out
yes.
of her temples. She has very long, pointed ears that are pierced with big hoop earrings.
Aruga.
She's not wearing anything.
Oh.
No clothing. I.e., she has two. Well, this is rated R, which I said was maybe going to come into play. She has two kind of small but still powerful looking dark burgundy wings coming off of her shoulder blades.
Like leathery?
And a long tail that's kind of like swiping the ground behind her, and she's just looking at the four of us, and she's got her hand like on the door behind her that she's just closed.
And my
What?
guiding bolt is sailing towards her.
Right, everyone roll initiative.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I just
There we
cast
go.
it.
I
Well,
rolled an
yeah, but
18.
so you will definitely get to do your surprise round,
Okay.
but everyone else has to become in the order.
My
So,
die landed on the exact like edge.
No.
On an 18 and an 8, but it says it's an 8. So
What do you
I
I
add?
rolled an 18.
8 for Quintus.
10 for Quintus.
Sorry, 10 for Quintus.
What do you add? Your dexterity?
That's correct.
It is in the
So
above your
13.
health. It says your initiative.
Above my health. I didn't add.
So
anything.
you didn't actually want to talk.
No, I mean I don't. I think ultimately it risks us being charmed, and I think that just risks bigger messes. And I think the succubus sort of made me think that that's sort of what it is. Also, already cast it, so can't go back now.
Yeah.
What did Graham get for initiative?
Only 13.
And Tados.
19.
Nice.
I'm going first, I suppose.
Not
Unless-
even close.
Not even close. What in the blazes?
All right. So what does Guiding Bolt do?
Let's read it. Oh, just as a reminder to the guys, I've blessed you, so you can roll a
Right.
1d4 and add that to attack roll or a saving throw. And I would suggest to a saving throw, because I think we're gonna.
And
have to
how
do
long can we
count.
do that for?
Well, it's
just
only a
once?
minute. That's also why I wanted to do it right a fucking way, because if we're gonna get
You want to get into it? Then you want to get into
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So what does it
Otherwise,
do?
it just wears off.
Just
You add
means
what?
for the first 10 rounds of this combat, you can add 1d4 to any attack roll or saving throw that you're making.
But just
Great.
once. Yeah. Right?
Just one time.
I think so. You bless up to 3
Wait,
creatures within. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a 1d4 and add. Oh, I guess whenever. Never mind.
Yeah, that sounds like for 10 rounds.
Wow, fantastic. So yeah, every round you can add a 1d4 to either your attack or a saving throw.
Perfect.
Nice.
So
Nicely
now that you have
done.
guided this bolt,
Yes, sorry, I'm reading that right
that
now.
up.
Okay.
Guided bolt.
Guiding bolt. A flash of light streaks towards the creature of your choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against the target before the end of your turn has advantage.
Great. So make a ranged spell attack.
Okay. And that's just a d20, right?
Yep. Plus your...
Spell attack bonus? Okay. And if anyone has XP, we need it now.
I was just gonna say.
So 15.
No.
Oops.
Oh, wait. Yes. Yes.
Nice. So 4d6 radiant damage. And what is radiant damage? Just for the people who I don't like me. who
Radiant is like godly or like light damage.
Good.
Oh, God.
Okay, so 4d6. Do I add anything to this?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So 15 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, 15 damage.
Great.
Nice.
Wow.
15 damage.
Just not like that. That sucks. So what happens when you hit her for 15 big ones?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know. What did she do?
She hates it.
Okay.
What does it look like?
I walk up the stairs and I turn around and I see that creature before me, and knowing that Graham is weak, he attacks immediately without looking. Sort of knowing. The minute he heard succubus in the woods, he was like, something. He's gonna fail. So he realized he had to attack without thinking, and he did. And he's probably very happy. And so he shoots it as light comes like soaring through his fingers at the creature before him. And he says, "By Alistair's fire, you will burn in hell."
And she emits this like piercing cry and like writhes, and it's beautiful, but her skin is like charring.
Oh man, in the light.
Yeah.
I feel like there's also like an coming out of your fingertips.
Yeah.
Like a godly but almost creepy way, horrific way.
We have a couple people who want to spend XP.
Yes, I'm really happy about that because we're gonna really fucking need it. I'm gonna go to the
Yeah.
XP spending thread.
You tell me if did you want your dude to do anything? I'm not going to remind you again, but Lord Dewdrop is yours to command.
Yeah, so they attack on our turn?
Yep. If you want them to attack.
Yeah, I do. So I guess they'll do... I mean, they already know Heart Sight for Lack. It's not going to change anything. So I guess the ranged attack will do that. So weapon attack plus 6. So I'll do that now. Oh, that's cleric. So 16 plus 6 to hit, so that hits.
Great.
1 piercing damage, and the target must succeed a DC 10 Constitution saving throw or become poisoned.
How much damage was this?
It just says 1 piercing damage.
Okay, so that's 0 piercing damage.
But it says if its saving throw result is 5 or lower, the poison target falls unconscious for the same time.
A con save, hey?
Or until it takes damage or another creature takes action to shake it away.
And I have to succeed on a... Yeah, she's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so she
DC
gets
10.
hit by a toothpick. And the sprite becomes visible.
Yes.
It's Leah's turn. Leah is going to charge down the stair. Oh, wait. She's going to, as a swift or bonus action, activate her blade song, which is like she starts like yodeling in a really high pitched voice, like and this,
How does she do it again?
And this like blue light kind of appears around her body, and she unsheaths her scimitar.
Oh,
And
man.
she runs down the stairs at this succubus, which does just a whole ton of good things for her.
So this is the succubus, this woman?
Yes,
Oh, man.
you would presume.
Good job, Graham.
So she is going to cast Booming Blade as a cantrip, and part of her attack against this woman.
Boom.
And she fails. So Leah just charges across this entry hallway and makes a big swipe at the succubus, who literally takes to the air. Leah's still kind of like swathed in this blue flame. But it's the succubus's turn, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
She laughs. You mortals. It's really something to see you. And she's like flying above everybody
God.
in the entrance hall.
And Tados, who was once praising Graham, is now looking at him saying, "What have you done, Graham?" Oh, my.
It's been a second, like from good job. What have you done?
And telepathically, she speaks to all of us, and she says, "I know your innermost desires. It's been so nice to get to know you over these past few days. And I'm so lonely. Maybe you would, I don't know, keep me company for a little while." And she's going to try to charm. Who's she going to charm? Quintus.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair, right? We'll go...
No, but it is fair. But
I feel like she's going to go Quintus.
she probably
because
singled me out.
she talked to you for quite a while, and you guys had a glass of wine together.
Remember, you can add 1d4 to your saving throw, though, eh?
That's very correct.
Okay.
So Quintus, make a very, very important wisdom saving throw.
Anybody wants to spend XP on me right now?
Well, we have, how many XP do we have to spend?
Right now, 1 for sure. Andrew Allison said he'll spend 1 XP. David says I have the one that he earned mid-game, so I'm taking that one. So I'd say take Allison's Quintus.
Andrew Allison's. Okay.
Can you use it after, or does it have to be before?
Advantage?
You have to use it. No, you have to use it beforehand.
Because you also have 1d4. Yeah, it's not very good. Well, yeah.
Already rolled. All right, so I got a 12.
Remember, you can add 1d4 to it.
D4. Whoops. And I got a 4 on my D4. Oh, I got a 1 on my D4. So I got 13 to resist that.
Ooh, Quintus, let me tell you. You're magically charmed for 1 day.
Fuck.
Shit.
You obey the fiend's verbal or telepathic commands. If you suffer any harm, or if you receive a suicidal command, you can repeat the saving throw.
I see, okay.
Ending
but
this
then
effect
if
on
I
success.
fail that saving throw, do I have to complete the command?
Yes.
Fuck.
So the DC is 15, I will tell you now. This
You didn't
is
add
not
anything.
easy.
You don't add anything to it.
I don't have any wisdom.
You are unwise.
I am unwise.
Yes, and so she says, "Quintus, my dear, protect me from your friends."
Oh, no.
Now, do I have to attack my friends? I've heard different rules about charm and what you can and can't do with it.
This says you must obey the fiend's verbal or telepathic commands, and if you suffer any harm, or you are told to do something suicidal, then you get to reroll.
Gotcha.
So she says, anyone who harms me must go through you. Understand?
Well, I can already tell you that this man here has harmed you. So I suppose I should do something about that.
Yes, please.
Oh my god.
Tados, it's your turn.
And I scream, no, this can't be. I look
Charm
over
me.
at Tados and or Quintus, and I think to myself,
Oh, I forgot about Leah's fucking sprite. Sorry. You guys don't forget.
oh yeah, right. And I look at Tados, and just then I say, Sprite, do something. You must, Lady Feather of the Dawn, go.
Yes, what should I do?
I don't know. Intervene. You must stop her from making Quintus harm Graham.
Do you want me to fire an arrow at her?
Alex, can you not try charming him as well?
Well, this is the sprite, right?
So I
Yeah.
get 2 turns.
You get the sprite and you get yourself.
Sweet. Yeah. Quick, an arrow through its eye.
Okay, so Madame Lilyfeather flies down. Ah, all right! And she attacks the succubus with her arrow. And
Now I'm hoping that because she's a pixie, she's using some like magic arrow.
Yeah, so if
Poison.
these arrows hit, the target has to make a con save. Unfortunately, she rolled a 6 plus 6 was a 12. I should roll that in front of you guys next time. Sorry. Or you could
that's okay.
ostensibly roll for your pixie as well. But so she misses the succubus.
Ah, good try, Lady Feather of the Dawn.
Thank you.
Now I will attempt to stop the fiend. And I would like to cast, Charm Person.
All right. Cool.
Now, would she be considered a person?
She's a fiend.
But does that work?
Are you trying to charm her?
You attempt to harm a humanoid.
Yeah, she's no humanoid.
Okay.
I was thinking you could try to charm him.
Oh, back.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but
That's very interesting. I've never read rules for like
if you charm one up,
banjo
right?
style charm.
Quintus is in the middle, stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah.
Spell ends until your companion.
Well, I'm probably going next, so it'd be good if you could. Do
It's actually
something to get
Graham
me...
first and then Quintus.
Really,
Oh,
Graham gets
so-
2 attacks. Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Graham got a surprise round off.
Right.
Maybe I should do something wild. Like, what if I cast a minor illusion that made it seem like Graham didn't look like Graham? So
Honestly,
I'm going to give you 5
guess she's
seconds to
protected.
Alex,
decide what you're gonna do.
any harm on him breaks the spell. Just hit him with something light. Slap him.
It allows me to roll again.
I go, okay, fine. If that's all it needs. So I go to grab him and I use my shocking grasp evocation cantrip.
Okay.
And all it does is when I go to touch somebody, it shocks them. So I have to.
He dies
you have to
instantly.
roll to hit.
Could you imagine?
So what do I roll? A 20, right?
Yeah.
And then it's a 1d8.
I mean, shocking grasp, whatever it normally is.
So
I
9
don't think that's going to
It's
hit.
not gonna hit.
I
plus
don't think that's going to hit your
3.
buddy.
9
Unless
plus
it's
3.
like unless it's a will save or a wisdom
It's
save.
charisma, right? 9 plus
What?
3.
Your spell
Yeah.
attack modifier
Yeah.
should be 5. Plus your-
where do I see that
It's
now?
14.
Oh, spell attack bonus. So a 6, so a 14 then. Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah, he's a beefy boy.
All right. Well, I guess is that all I can do?
Yeah, that's your turn. You
All right.
guys are having you tried to grab
So-
his wrist on the
Yeah.
stairs. You guys are having
And it's
like
like-
a battle. Yeah.
It just fizzles, kind of electric comes out of my fingers, but just doesn't do anything.
All right, and you said it was my turn.
Quintus,
right.
stop!
Graham,
I-
it's your turn.
Can I ask the sprite? I'm going to say Lord Dewdrop. I'm going to say shoot Quintus, but not with a poisoned arrow. Can I do that?
He's like, I only have poisoned arrows. I'm
Shoot him
sorry.
with this, a fucking toothpick. then do a melee hit. The problem is he's more likely to hit you with a bow, but he's gonna if you fail your DC or of the Constitution, you're gonna be unconscious, and that's just as fucking bad.
You tell him what to do.
But he can't. So he can't do non-lethal bow damage, is what I'm saying.
No, he only has those poison arrows.
So then he doesn't. He's gonna do a melee attack towards.
Just punch him in the gut.
And I tell him next time, you Lord Dewdrop, you better.
It's a +2 to hit.
Yeah, so 14 to hit him. Melee.
Miss.
Fuck. And I'm gonna I'm gonna cast Thunderwave on this bitch.
Quintus is like dodging.
On which bitch?
Sorry, the one at the bottom of this. Well,
Bouncing off my arm.
not Thunderwave on you.
Okay, understand. Leah was within melee range of this woman, of this demon, and then she took to the air. I don't know if Thunderwave is going to. I think it's a cube. It's like a 15-foot cube.
15-foot cube. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. You could probably arrange that to happen in midair, right?
Mm-hmm. If anything, her being an arrow would actually be more beneficial.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
so you can like make that. I figure she's probably like about 20. It's a big room. This is like a 60-foot cube of space that you guys are in. So I figure she's somewhere up near the ceiling. Like Leah could probably like duck and be just out of the range of the spell.
Perfect.
Make it
okay, so
happen.
I'm going to cast that. I'm going to use the XP that David has gifted me very generously.
Great.
Thank you, David. To roll with advantage. 15 plus 5, so 20.
You don't have to roll anything for Thunderwave.
Oh. Then I
Each
would
creature
not.
in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, perfect.
So,
then never mind.
Actually, that's totally not how Thunderwave works. If you read the text of the spell, each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you. So you need to get up on this woman.
I see.
But she's in the air, so that's not going to work.
Is she 15 feet higher though?
Yeah, she's like
Floating.
15 feet in the air. Yeah.
Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you. So just describe what I need to be.
Put your staff in the ground, and 15 feet from you, thunder erupts.
Right.
But wait, it says cube, doesn't it?
Yep.
So if I'm like looking up, can I not send the cube at her?
I think you would probably be hitting someone else who's on the ground.
Can I hit Justin as well?
You could totally hit Justin. You would also be hitting Alex.
Yeah.
And probably a pixie.
Two pixies.
2 pixies.
Damn. So, fuck. Yeah. All right.
Should have used my fucking that charm spell on my fucking attack.
I don't know if it would have worked on her.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
I think they're
No, on
probably
him.
immune to charm. Is my guess.
Yeah. All right. Then I'm just going to try to hit Justin, I guess. Justin,
Thanks, Godpool.
you're next in the order anyway, aren't you?
If you have anything that will do damage that isn't versus AC, that's what you should do.
What's your AC?
18.
Nice.
So you have a 10% chance to hit me with.
Is that
anything
with your
that's
shield or
AC.
without your shield?
With.
Which you would totally
15.
be using.
Yeah.
All right. I guess because you're next, so I have to use you. So I'm gonna use the XP to try to attack you.
And don't forget to use your charm.
If you have anything that's like against my Constitution or against any of my saving throws, that would be better than going against my AC because you won't hit me with my AC.
I don't know. Well, what's the cantrip resistance? Add 1d4. Nope. And I don't have. Well, Sacred
Do you
Flame I
have-
can do.
Is that-
Radiant
Yeah, what's
Light.
that against?
Failed dexterity check.
Hey.
Perfect. That's good.
Let's do that. So I'm gonna do Sacred Flame on you.
Okay.
I guess I can't do non-lethal damage either.
No.
It's okay. It's not going to kill me.
Okay. So
Alright.
yeah, Radiant Light, 1d8 damage on a failed dex check.
What am I trying to do? What am I trying to beat?
Dex. You just want to roll a dex check.
Against what, though? Against what?
Against his spell save DC, which is, I believe, 13.
13. Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Nice.
Use your Oh, that's good or bad?
He failed.
That's good.
That's what
I
we
failed.
wanted.
So
Perfect.
So,
yeah.
take
So
damage.
you do damage to me.
Yay,
Roll
1d8. This better not be a fucking 8. Whatever.
Was it an 8?
No, 7. And now you're
Plus
just
anything?
No.
Okay.
All right.
So now am I not charmed?
No,
or
you
do
still
I
have to
get
roll
You get to make another save. So you do another DC 15 wisdom save right now. Remember, you can add
19.
your breath.
Nice.
There you go. So you do like a cartoonish blah, 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 and you have awoken.
fucking
Oh, so you
right?
did get it. Oh.
Now, can he be charmed again?
Oh, yes.
Really?
So, can I
Yeah.
start my turn? Is it my turn?
There's no like. I thought there was like a cooldown.
Sorry. The target immune to this fiend's charm for the next 24
I
hours.
was just going to say, because like that makes no sense if you could just charm over and over. Good.
Yeah,
You're done now.
Good.
Good. That's
Thank
was my
you.
biggest worry, because I'm like, once he's charmed, then she can go through everyone else.
And she's like, Quintus, honey, I thought we had a deal.
I thought you were a dwarf, you lying bitch. And is it my turn? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a fairy.
All right. So first things first, I'm going to say, Lady Drudop, pin her with one of your poison arrows, please, and thank you.
Roll for it.
Ooh, a 15 plus
Yep.
whatever.
You get her.
That's a hit. All right.
I mean, it's what, 1 damage?
21. One
Well, she has to
damage.
roll something or
Yeah,
other, doesn't
which
she?
doesn't, because she
Constitution.
has resistance, she doesn't actually take damage at all. For
You
that.
said
But-
these were good people to have. You lied.
Yeah,
Okay, though, we have another chance.
because of what might happen right now. No, that is a 15 Constitution save.
All right, so I run up the stairs. Now, if I get to the top of the stairs,
Mhm.
how high above is she still?
She'd be right at level with you, essentially. So the
bloody
stairs,
perfect.
they go up to a second floor, and then
Question.
yes,
Is she under the candelabra?
she's not. She's not. Correct. She's
That's all he
kind
cares
of,
about.
This is like a cube
That would've been
shaped
perfect.
room. I've done like a little drawing for you guys. So like the staircase is in the middle of this one wall, and she's like in the middle of this southern wall.
Cool.
Where the
Oh, so she's
where
not
the
near
doorway.
she's not near the balcony at all.
no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, then I
so
won't
you
run
could
up
be
the stairs.
at a level with her, but she'd still be 30 feet away from you.
All right.
Or
Well,
you could just
how
go
high above the
upstairs.
ground is she?
We'll say she's 20, the ceiling's 20 feet.
20 feet high. So her feet are probably about, what, 12 feet high?
Yeah.
Or
Somewhere in there.
14 feet high.
Sure.
All right. Well,
Are we
in
doing
that
some
case-
Pythagorean theorem here?
No, I'm just trying to figure out whether, like, how high is she? Like, can I melee her from the ground? I guess not, eh?
No.
Throw your spear.
Melee. I want to melee her.
She's out of melee range.
But I want to melee. You know.
And is there
Threat to
anything...
melee. Sorry, I just fill in the gaps.
Okay.
That's good. I like it.
In that case,
Melee.
Threat to melee sandwich.
Melee.
is there anything to step on? Is there like a footstool or something that I can jump up and try to grab her?
Yeah, tell me about the footstool.
Oh no, it's not a footstool. It's actually a shoe rack. And
Or
it's
like
got
a
like
coat?
these.
Like a coat, like rack? One of those
No. It's for shoes. So
Okay.
it's like a rack, and it's got a bunch of holes in it. And then it's like just like a dresser, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But you put shoes in it instead of dresser shit. So I can jump on top of that, and then be high enough to grab onto her ankle and pull her the fuck down.
Okay, I want you to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check for that. Whichever.
Ooh, I'll do an athletics.
Cool.
All right.
I'm gonna say that's a DC 15 check.
15. All right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
You can do it.
Ooh, 19 plus
Nice.
5.
Nicely done. So you
Wow.
catch hold of this bitch's ankle, and you pull her. She's not gonna fall on the ground, but you like have her within melee range, essentially. So you can take a
Alright.
melee attack at her if you like.
And was that not? That was one attack, but I've got an action surge now.
Cool.
All right. So while I'm holding her with one arm, I gotta try to jab her ankle with my spear.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, all right.
And don't forget to add your bless to this.
Yeah,
What would that be
1d4.
stress? All right, so that's 13 plus 5.
Yeah, you got her.
All right, plus my bless. All right. So then for damage, I'll be doing 1d6 plus 3 plus 2. All right, so 5 plus 2 is 7 plus dueling style. All right, no, it's just plus 7.
Cool.
So 7 damage. 7 damage. Sorry.
7 damage total.
Yep.
So that's 3 damage.
Try to get away if you can.
She goes,
Suck your
ah!
bus.
She's like stomping.
Is she like
Stomping.
grappled?
No. She's
Is she
just-
not grappled? Oh, okay.
I
thought
mean,
she was.
do you want to get into grappling?
Well, he's holding
No.
her.
I was holding her down.
Um.
The point was so that she couldn't fly anymore, because she could just fly up again, and I have to do the same thing.
Okay.
So I was hoping for her to hold.
I mean, I would say that you. I hate grappling. Grappling is my least favorite.
Uh-oh.
Why? Is it that? What's so
It's a lot of
complicated?
rules.
Okay.
So you are going to have to use the attack action to grapple instead of making that attack.
Well, that was the attack. Like I ran down, I jumped up. That was my movement, and then I grabbed her.
Okay,
and
so
then
you're going to
that's
have
the
to
grapple.
contest against her. What did you use? Strength, like athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics. And it was a
So
24.
you used athletics. She gets to use athletics. Okay. So she failed against your grapple. So now
Okay.
she is grappled. Which means her speed becomes 0.
That's good.
Good.
And also, second thing, motherfucker. Sorry, not you, but her.
It's the grappling
The
rules.
grappling thing. So she's gonna have to try to use her action to escape.
That's,
That's
good.
good.
We
This
need
is
anything.
A good thing.
Leah,
This is great.
Leah, listen.
It's Leah's turn.
Don't grapple.
Listen to the Leah within you.
She's gonna. Leah's gonna take this opportunity to cast magic missile at this hoe. Using one of her, I guess her second first level spell of the day. She's going to automatically deal 1d4 plus 1 force damage times 3 darts.
Oh.
Is she immune to force damage or resistant? No, she's not.
To who?
4, 3,
Nice.
and 4. Fuck yeah.
Whoa.
Grand total of 11, 14 fucking damage.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's great.
What did she cast?
Magic missile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a very good
Very
spell.
good, Leah.
Ladies and gentlemen, magic missile.
Quite incredible.
Leah takes a little bow and gives herself a high five and then goes like this.
It's not time to get cocky, kid.
Sir Morning Glory comes around and takes a shot at the succubus. Wow, that's a 19.
What? Suck
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah.
Sucky.
So it doesn't deal any damage because the succubus is resistant to non-magical weapons. But let's do a con save. Is it against the sprite's poison?
Yeah, 10.
10? What's her con plus 1? That's 11. Yeah, just. So the succubus is slowly like succumbing to this sprite poison. It's the succubus's turn. She is going to attempt to escape the grapple.
Do it. Try your best.
So you are
Have to roll
going to
again?
have to make another athletics check.
Now remember,
Alright.
is this a saving throw?
No,
Not mine.
this is a check.
Okay. Remember to use
19
bless.
again.
Oh,
24.
nice.
Wow. She literally can't beat that. so she's just gonna struggle for her action.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Struggle.
Right? Wait. Yeah, okay. Well, that's what I said she's doing, so she does that. Tados.
Don't try to charm no one else, you
She's
succubus.
Now, would it be a stupid idea to try and charm the succubus?
Yeah. Well, no.
can't.
You
She's
can-
not
Oh, that's
human.
right. We already went over that.
Yeah, sorry.
I guess, there's not much I can do other
Attack
Of
than...
course there is.
so much you can do.
Killer.
Do
Yeah,
as much
I
damage as you can.
can't know how to do that.
What sort of weapon spells do you
So,
have?
I'm all right with a weapon.
Oh.
I've got like daggers. So yeah, I pull out my dagger.
I thought you have
Do you have
magic.
any spells?
Yeah, like, are you not a wizard or whatever?
I'm a sorcerer, but
Sorcerer.
like, I can charm and I can make wind blow and like lightning and thunder roar. But
Do lightning.
I can make it roar. I can't make it do anything.
You don't have any
With
attack
thaumaturgy.
spells?
I have a shocking grasp. And
That might be
dancing
good.
lights.
Aren't
Get
those
up there
all,
and
like-
grasp that bitch.
Yeah, do something. We need to
Well,
kill
this
her.
is
She's
just
very
the thing.
strong.
I'm gonna run up and well, that's what I was gonna do, but I'm telling it out. So I'm gonna kind of climb the outside of the banister.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Of the stairs. Remember doing that as a kid?
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
And you like climb up.
So dangerous.
I do that really as quickly as possible, and I get to the top and leap from it, attempting to grab onto the succubus.
She's like 30 feet away from you.
And she's grappled. She's not moving. She's not going anywhere.
30
Yeah.
feet away.
Yeah, I'm already.
But
Very
how
far.
much? But how is he holding on to her? How far are they off the ground?
Well,
They're not off
he's
the ground.
standing on like a foot's, like a, what did you call it? A shoe rack? A shoe
No,
cap?
no, no. So I jumped up off of the shoe rack
Oh, okay, and you.
and I grabbed her and I pulled her down. So I'm standing on the
She's
floor.
still trying to fly away.
She's trying to flop away. So if you can do something about her wings.
Okay, so she's like right across the room. That's like a
Yeah,
long
she's
way
like
away.
30 feet away from you.
Okay,
Cut her wings off.
fine. So then, instead, using my draconic light reflexes, I'm going to try and
Using your dragon
Leap.
legs.
leap, kind of climb up Quintus's tall, strong body. Climb it, quickly grab your, I put
Scale
one foot
him
on
like
your
a
knee.
mountain.
Yeah, but I think I'm pretty
Yeah.
agile, so I'd like to try that.
You're a sorcerer, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I have to grasp this.
Yeah,
thing
her
in order
movement
to
is
shock
0 right now. So,
So I climb up him fairly quickly and grab onto her ankle.
okay.
My shocking grasp.
You have to make a spell attack.
Where the fuck is my Jeez.
Where the
Please.
fuck is my
Cheat
dice.
spell?
Oh, fuck off.
Shocking.
I just imagined all of that happened. I imagined him climbed up the banister,
And then
jumped
go.
off, shouted parkour, and then ran towards her.
Parkour!
Man.
Yeah,
So
so make a spell attack. You can do it.
I guess. So I guess do I at least succeed the part about climbing up and grabbing her ankles?
No.
Not at all.
You rolled a 3.
I rolled.
What
I
happened?
rolled a 3 plus a 5, so it's an 8. So I like.
I want to
how
see
bad
like
of a
make
failure?
a jump and you just like fucking,
How bad of a failure is it?
you hit the floor really bad and you hurt
All
your
right.
face.
Yeah. So I missed.
But you don't-
Totally miss. And
You
I
do.
It looks better now if you
You
want
get
to roll
up
on a
too.
sheet.
You're not prone or shit, but your
Ah,
pride is bruised.
I can't believe I didn't grasp her. Lady Father, Death of Feather of the Dawn, quickly attack it. And I say to her, use your longsword.
What's
Two.
the potential damage that this person could do with a longsword?
A
Yeah,
melee
don't do the
weapon.
longsword,
No,
Alex.
yeah, no, short bow. Use your short bow with the piercing and poison damage.
Okay, so
So then, can I roll for her?
yeah, do it.
She's blue tonight. 13 plus a 2? A 6.
Yeah, you got her.
That's a hit.
19.
Make that a roll.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll a con save.
And what's the damage
That's
roll on
a
this
13. She's doing okay on these con saves.
Well, it's only a 10
It's just a
too.
matter of time. We just have to knock her out and rip her wings
We are
off.
looking for less than 10 on the con save, which would either poison her, or if it's 5 or less, she would be unconscious.
Do you have to
hope
roll
for
for
that.
damage here or anything?
No, because
I missed.
well, no, she hit, but it's 1 damage automatically. But she's resistant to non-magical weapons, which halves the damage, which just makes it 0. Graham.
All right, I'm going to run to the top of the stairs where Quintus was before he jumped off.
Yes.
Now, I'm assuming if he's out of this picture, my thunder wave could go relatively uninterrupted towards her.
The staircase is 30 feet away from where she is. I don't know how to make that more clear to all of you.
A thunder wave, though.
Yeah, but the thunder wave is...
Oh, 19.
15
feet
cube.
from where you are.
Right. Well,
So
I'll
wait,
still
wait,
be
how
here.
much pound the ground is
is
like.
there?
This is a 60-foot square room.
So wait, how much space between the stairs and her again?
Fucking 30 feet. God damn it.
So
that's
it's like
three,
about 20
so
feet.
3 feet, right?
15.
Just thunder wave her. Just put thunder on her ass.
No, it's not. I wasn't.
problem.
Hold on. I wasn't doing it now. I was preparing myself for after. But anyway, I'm going to go to that spot,
Like, this will never reach.
and I'm going to cast. I can cast the same spell again, right?
How many? Yeah, how many? As long
I
as
have
you still
4.
have spell slots.
I have 4. I've only done 1 spell. I have 4 spell slots, I think.
No. You
No?
have 3 first level spell slots.
Yeah.
What spells have you cast so far?
I've only cast 1, Guiding Bolt.
So you have 2 left.
Okay.
You prepared 5 spells today.
Yes.
But you only have
I'm going to
3
cast
spells.
Guiding Bolt again.
Great.
Because it was a good spell. And I'm going to use the XP that... Actually, first I'm going to roll the D4. Because I'm allowed to add that bless. 3. Yeah, I'm going to use the XP because we need to kill her. So I'm going to use the XP that David gave. And I'm glad I did because, well, it was a 15. So 15 plus 5, 20, so 23 to hit.
Yes, you hit.
So, and then we're going to do 4d6. Yeah.
Roll
So-
your bless. Don't forget to roll your bless.
I already just did.
Oh man, I was just realizing I didn't though.
14.
Yeah.
I know, but it didn't make a difference.
14 damage.
14 radiant damage. But the other thing I wanted to mention is, and I forgot this last time, but it's no sense in going back. The next attack roll made against her has advantage
Oh, because of guiding bolt.
because of
you
this,
have, like-
and because it should have done it before, but I forgot. So whoever attacks next, advantage.
Great. Well, it's Quintus's
That's
turn.
you, Quintus.
And he's holding the bitch.
So 14
So
damage.
attack.
And she's like, Quintus, you wouldn't.
All right.
And you're blessed.
Well,
So add 1d4 to whatever you roll.
then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to.
What's he going to do? I say as I lie. for
I'm
the
going
one.
to. All right. with
Decide
this comes an
quicker.
attack. All right. I'm gonna try to run up the wall, like use some of the leverage from her flying, and like pull that up, and then jump off the wall and try to slam her into the ground. On top of
Okay.
her.
Almost like a balloon.
So that would be an unarmed attack?
That would be like an acrobatics to
If you're
get
trying
her, like,
to-
right on the ground. I think. Well, unarmed, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. This will be another strength contest.
Okay.
You're just trying to get her pinioned underneath you.
Underneath, I want her down. I don't want to be holding on to her with one arm.
This
I
will be
wanna-
counted as like your action for this turn.
Okay, sounds good.
That is a 16 on my end.
And on my end, it's a 10.
On my
Plus, oh, but it's a advantage, right?
Yes.
Not an attack.
Huh?
It's just an action. You're grappling, right? You're
Oh,
not gonna be
right.
dealing damage. It's just
Well, I was planning to like slam her into the ground, which I was hoping would deal some damage.
yeah, sure.
All right.
Why
It
not?
is
I like a little flexibility.
natural 20.
Hey, there you go.
No, I wasn't saying. There.
All right, natural 20. Here we
Yeah.
go. So I can
Beautiful.
I describe it?
absolutely.
So I'm like holding on to her, and she's flying off the ground, and she's pulling me up off the ground, and I can't really get any good headway and leverage.
You're holding the slender ankle of this demon.
I know, and I'm swinging back
Naked
and forth,
ankle.
and I see the front door in the corner of my eye, and I turn my body, and I run up the front door, just putting my 2 footsteps on it, still holding onto her ankle, and then I leap towards her and grab her midriff, and the weight of us, we fall towards the marble stone floor, and I hear a satisfying crack as her head smashes against
of brimstone and violets.
I'm lying on the floor in my gaze, and I see these 2 come crashing down in front of me. Oh my god!
How much damage do I do
incredible.
with a natural 20? Are we doing like
I would tell you it would be a 1d4 for an unarmed attack, but since you critted, roll 2d4 and add your strength mod.
All right. Whoa. A 4 and a 2 plus 3, so 9 points of damage.
Great. So she's gonna take 4.
Yeah.
She doesn't look good. I mean, she looks great. She looks amazing.
Does bloodied still exist in this?
Well, yeah, but it's like so seductive. She's got like 1 trickle of like iridescent like demon blood coming out of her nose.
But she is bloodied?
Her, like breasts are heaving very appealingly, and she's like laid out on the ground, and all of her hair is like coiled very beautifully on the marble floor.
I've already been charmed once today.
But she's still really hot.
And I'm gay.
And I'm not going there.
Sorry. So you said she is bloodied?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And how much damage did you just do, Justin?
I did 4 points of damage total.
That's it. Excellent.
So it is Leah's turn.
Do it, Leah. Use your
Leah is going to. She's gonna cast Firebolt. A cantrip with a nat 20.
Nice.
Amazing. Actually, I realized that I wanted to roll Leah on the Invictus, just so that you guys have that.
Okay, we'll put up the 20 die.
So there are my 2 d10s. So that's 10 points of fire damage, and she takes 5 of that. She gets appealingly singed. Ooh. It's the succubus's turn. She reaches out a clawed hand across on the ground towards Leah, and she says, "My darling, please, don't let them kill me. It's not fair." And she's going to try to charm Leah. So
use
Leah
a saving throw, Leah.
Yeah.
The 1d4, the bless.
Yeah. Thank you. So she will. She's gonna roll a d20 plus a d4. Hell yeah!
Nice.
And Leah says,
"Fuck you, bitch."
"Eat fire, bitch." Tados, it's your turn.
Excellent. And so she's kind of on fire on the ground still, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just smolderingly delicate.
So, being still on the ground, I kind of lunge forward and grab onto her shoulder using my shocking grasp. And I'm going to fuck me to 2. And I'm going to add. Do I get to add anything to that, like a bless? I get to add a 4.
You can, but it's not going to make a difference.
At 1d4. There's no advantage. Plus a 3, so 5.
So what's the total?
Oh, plus my 5, so 10.
10?
Yeah.
No.
10 does not do anything.
No.
Again, I'm like, what's going on?
You're
something about the succubus.
You slept
like
in
making
way too late.
My head This is so unfair.
Graham.
Lady Feather of the Dawn, shoot her eyeballs.
All right, Madam Lady Feather. I just rolled a 15 for her. She did great.
Fan-fucking-tastic. She shoot her. I want her to shoot her in the eyeballs.
She does. It does nothing. But, no, she doesn't even poison her. This.
So one damage?
0 damage.
Oh.
Graham?
So everyone's still around her, right? I still can't use Thunder Wave yet. Saving up for this Thunder Wave attack.
Yeah, so Quintus and Tatos are definitely directly beside her.
In it. Okay. I keep saying to them, get out of the way so I can do it.
I have my hands on her shoulders.
But you know what? Actually, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to spend my last on doing Guiding Bolt again, because it seems to be doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But that means I can't do any more spells. Only 3, eh? Okay.
That's right. You're only 2nd level. You're a baby.
You're just a little one.
All right.
You're a little old man.
Let's do this. So I'm going to use Bless again. Ooh, only a 1. Shit. So I might not even miss this. Question, if I don't cast it, have I used up my spell slot anyway?
You tried to cast it, and you either didn't hit her, or it bounced off her armor, or something such.
So I wasted no matter what.
That is a failed casting, yeah. Your spell slot is gone.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's all on you, Justin.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
I'm just deciding whether I want to do like a cantrip instead.
Wait, didn't you roll?
No, that was my bless. That was 1d4.
You have to do that when you're doing the thing.
I add it to it. What does it make a difference?
So you have to be attacking or casting a spell,
Yeah,
but you can't just be like roll the bless and then decide what you're gonna do with it.
Oh well, what I was doing was
I was doing
both anyway. Fair enough. Anyway, I was rolling a d20 anyway, so it's 1 plus 10, so it's 1, so 16. The 3, ignore the 3. It's because I didn't clear.
What?
To Guiding Bolt. So 15, 16 to hit.
So you have to say the thing that you're going to do and then roll a dice.
Yes. So Guiding Bolt, 16.
Great. Okay, good. You do hit her. How much damage?
Okay. 10, 13 radiant damage.
Yeah.
And again, whoever attacks next has advantage. To remember.
Great. There is a dim flicker of light in her eye, and she calls to you and says, "Do you not want to know my story?"
Yeah, tell us when you're dead, bitch.
Quintus
I am very curious about her story, for the record, but I don't.
is reaching out towards you on the floor, just bleeding.
I smack her hand away and say, "Who do you work for?"
She says, "Please, just this all can be explained. It's a terrible misunderstanding."
Nah, it's not a misunderstanding. I know you work for somebody. Tell me who it is.
Of course. We can maybe just talk for a little while.
Ah, I'm done with talking, and I grab my spear, and I'm gonna intimidate her.
Okay.
As a minor action, I guess.
No, it's just the thing.
It's just a thing.
Just the thing.
All right. So a 20 to intimidate.
Yeah, she shrinks back from your sword. Please, I've been alive for so long. This idea about dying, I'm sorry, I don't know how to react to all of this.
Well, everything just goes black. Don't worry. You're not going to the brimstone of hell. Now, tell me who you work for.
Well, I was, of course, asked to come to this small town by my superior. Not living here among these shitty villagers by my own accord. You understand, a woman of my stature.
So why don't you leave?
Well, I have a mission, you see.
And that mission it would be?
I'm failing right now on this floor.
Stop your whining, you wee lass. Just tell me what I'm asking. Shit. Christ, I don't know why I just said Christ, but I should just stab her.
And she's like coughing out a little bit of blood. You can tell that the light is fading from her eyes. I'm in the service of... Oh, come closer. She wants
just
to
kill her.
hold your chin.
Be careful.
No. I know what you're trying to do. I know that succubuses like to kiss and stuff, and while that might be very nice at some point in my life, right now, I'm here for information.
Beautiful, Quintus.
Oh my goodness, I can't take this anymore. And I go to stab her, slowly at first.
No!
Coup de grace.
Yeah, and I stab her.
Right.
I'm gonna go for it at least.
Just roll damage.
Just roll damage.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 4 plus
lives.
2 plus 3, so a 9.
Yeah, you stab her right through the neck.
And does that kill her?
Yeah. It's the first ugly sound she's made.
Good.
And I push
And-
myself up with my spear, and I kick the immodest corpse over. Well, I'm glad nobody heard that and came to help her, because then we would have been screwed.
Leah's like, we killed the succubus!
Yes,
Hey,
we
got
did.
2 more, unless the cook isn't one.
2 more? I don't think there's 2 more.
Well, if the cook is a succubus too, and there's only 3 of them in this house, well, plus the boy, but who knows? Then we got lots to deal with.
Well done, everyone. This was no mean feat.
My goodness.
Minus you,
camera
Tados. You
pans
sort of did a
out.
bit of... you didn't do too much there.
Tados like picks himself up off the floor.
I didn't know what happened there. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. We all did a great job.
Apologize.
Again?
You fought with bravery and interest as well. Some of the moves you did with. I wanted them to
Tados.
succeed. I
You're
did.
so brave, Quintus.
Tados, a familiar ringing in your ears starts quietly and becomes overwhelming. Your vision darkens. You feel separate from your body. Then a series of images flicker into existence, like the flames of a campfire. You see a gray sky wreathed with dark clouds, striated with 1,000 lightning bolts, seemingly fighting each other. A mountain grows up out of the sea, shuddering and impossibly huge, a tsunami screaming in its wake. Its cap explodes in a gout of flame and smoke. You smell brimstone. An emerald dew-studded vascular fern shudders and then curls in on itself like a spider pulling its legs up to its body. A blue snake eats itself. You come back to consciousness lying on the marble floor of the manor with a splitting headache.
Are you all right?
Coming back. The headaches. How long was I out?
Just a few minutes. Are you okay?
Is everything okay, Tados?
Well, wait until I tell you what I saw.
Next week.
Well, not next week, but next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chapters of the Undefeated episode 4. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and sticking around. We went a little bit overtime tonight. Hope you all have been enjoying this. Let's do some Endgame XP.
I want to call it here and now. I took a screen cap of the first person to ever say the word succubus on the Discord. This was literally episode 1. And I will have to give my applause to Jeff M.
Woo! Very good.
Well done, Jeff. You win Endgame XP for guessing the creature, which I didn't know existed. Well done. But now I do. So, good. I'm glad that we killed it. Didn't seem that tough. Easy stuff.
To know what's going to happen next week.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
When we
there'll be
move on
crazy
from
fallout.
Zoanth.
From Zeranth. I'm sure the mayor will be pissed off that we killed her girl boyfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been such a blast. Next week, we are going to be back with a lot of fun and craziness. But Chapters of the Undefeated, I think, might take 2 weeks off. But we'll let you know and keep you posted. As always, hope you have a fantastic night and a great weekend. And as my brother Alex always likes to say,
we here at the Invictus stream love to make shit up.
We make shit up, guys. Good night.